Style over substance. Attitude is everything. Live on the edge. These are the only 3 rules that bind our future. A future inspired by the work of Hosan Gonzalez and bound by the cyberpunk law enforced by Mike Podsmith. A dark future cast in a neon glow, where corporations, through nuclear fire, have decimated most of the Earth, save for a few mega metropolises. The story you're about to witness takes place in one such metropolis, Robo City 16, where the machine rules through a mechanized iron fist. The promise of prosperity through logic and sedation has stagnated the progress of the people. However, what the logic of the machine will never conclude, but the will of a few may, is it's time for change. It's time to rage. For good or ill, the chosen few are those you witness before me. The mortal code. Will they hasten synthetic rapture? Lead us to biological prosperity, or something new entirely? Find out on Sasapunk.
Wow.
Let's meet the members of the Mortal Code now. And then we'll go over through some stream rules. Yes. Before we meet the members of the Mortal Code, we are streaming this. There is a bit of a delay we found in our setup, in our household, of the stream that gets progressively worse over time. Please let us know if we are just completely not reacting to anything that you're saying. Luna Netra here, it will be the voice of the community, so if what she sees and says is far delayed, then just understand that what you're getting is far in the past for us, and we are many minutes potentially ahead of you. We pray that that does not happen this time around. So, without further ado, let's start with my bottom left, your bottom right.
I am Luna, and I am playing Netra, a netrunner / media.
Do you want to give like a brief description of the aesthetic of your character?
She looks exactly like me, except she's wearing a headset. Just picture a VR headset, except it's like an augmented reality overlay on the world.
So a sort of like a skin-tight suit accompanies that in the traditional world of Cyberpunk, but this is the world of Hosan Gonzalez, and a rare few wear skin-tight suits for net running. So we'll keep it to just headsets for now. But you will have to sort of like you do take damage in the cyberspace. So we'll have to find a way to narratively describe that. She's also the voice of the community, so she is connected into narratively the dark stream, where there will be some opportunities if our stream aligns with what you guys are seeing, and we're hearing from you, where she will ask for input on some decisions that she can make, or information that she can gather that you guys can feel free to just make up in the sense of a dystopian, robo-ruled cyberpunk city. Now, on to the next.
My player name is Enzer. My character's name is Jay. I'll be trying to sound like Kung Fury. It's my voice inspiration. I am actually playing a character from within Hosan Gonzalez's world called 13th. But I'm just gonna go by Jay. I think it's just easier to say. And he looks a lot like what you see here. He's got sometimes it's a Jason mask, sometimes it's a Casey Jones mask, but he's always got a red hat with 13 on it, blue hoodie, a jacket. Like this chest rig that he can put things onto. We don't know much about his past, so sorry if I'm not true to the lore that's exposed so far, but I'll do my best. And he's always got his trusty machete, which I'm gonna try not to stab anybody with, or the green screen myself. But this is why it's 18 plus, you know, living life on the edge.
In the real world, stab no one. In the fake world, stab literally everything around you. Is what it has shaped up to be.
I imagine him to be quite angry. You never get to see his face, so I'll be staying like this for quite some time.
See sweat triplets. So this is, we're going to do this a few episodes in, and then we're going to have character introductions. Let's keep them a little bit brief.
Okay.
If we're doing it every episode.
Oh, that's it for me.
Oh, wait, never mind.
Yes.
I am Maximus Dominus. I am playing Winslor Burden, a solo. My character looks almost exactly like I do, though I am wearing a full mask and a couple armor upgrades. Typically can be seen where with an assault rifle or some kind of weapon or a knife.
Oh, hello everybody. Welcome back. Or welcome. My name is Rummy the Ever-Living. You may know me from previous streams as Assassins and Dragons, but from right now I play Astra Magneta. For appearance, I'm a female. Darkish light skin. I have long hair. Sometimes I put a hood on just to cover my features, since I am very striking.
La-dee-da.
Yes, this is very la-di-da.
What's your cool at?
All flash, no cash.
Yep. Style over substance. Very intelligent, but rash. I oftentimes wear a cloak. I have a slight body armor pieces here and there. My eyes are mechanical, and I have a mechanical arm as well, with 3-inch carbon glass things that come out of my hand for slashing people's faces. And
All right. Also, just as an update for the stream, we do go live at 7 p.m., as you may know if you're here right now, on Facebook Gaming. And the following week, we upload the very same episode on YouTube on our Team Sasa channel at 6 p.m. every Wednesday.
Which you can find in the description below.
Yes.
Or can you?
We'll find out in a few hours. All right. Without further ado. When last we left our punks of the Mortal Code, they had reclaimed Winslor's metal shop from the Remnants of Dust gang, checked in on Astraea's wheels at the shop, and Winslor's reality-junked mother, living in a room above Metal Burden. Looking to patch up and source some creds and information, the Mortal Code returned to Beggar's Reach, very close to their home, an abandoned railcar. Walking down the Reach, they found a few interesting jobs. One for a medical run, one for a stim tester, and the most appealing, the last, from the Resistance, or whatever can be believed from the preteens they tracked down. These kids had mentioned that something big was going down at the Wings of Liberty at 8 p.m., something involving the Ministry of Justice. They know, or believe, this because the Ministry just raided their headquarters and took a key member. The whole thing stinks of public execution. If the Mortal Code wish to aid in the cause, they'll be at the 11th story of the second tallest building at 6 p.m. in the square. And here's where we pick up. Still on the sort of perimeter of the subway station, abandoned from traditional use, but very heavily populated with sort of hacked together, repurposed for selling wares of all sorts and flavors at a mostly discounted value. Managed and overseen by a robo derelict. So you guys have, it was about 3 p.m. when we last left you guys, so you have about 3 hours before you have to be at, if that is your intention, your intended destination, the Wings of Liberty.
If I remember correctly, we were headed back to get the car to go grab some more supplies to assist Radcliffe, Penta, and Gruff in their endeavors.
The
Yes.
3 children. Is this what you guys are doing?
Are we still in the
Myself,
tunnel right now?
Yeah, you're still like, exiting the sewer tunnel that you had your very emotional conversation with the children. Sort of slowly walking back towards Beggar's Reach, unless you want to have a private conversation in the periphery. But yeah, there's the multitude of shops and stalls available to you. And I believe, the intention was to go back to Metal Burden to prep up and supply.
Hold on, I have to call my sister real fast. As we walk, I'm just gonna call. Hello.
Am
hi.
I playing your sister?
No, no, you're not playing.
I had no idea.
No, I just want. I would like tell her like, hey, I'm getting into some dangerous things. If I don't call you for a little bit, just letting you know that I'm okay. And our promise still stands. Beep. That's it.
Were we in the vicinity of this?
Yes.
Kind of promise you making there?
If I should fall, she will take up the cause.
You ain't no falling. No way.
Of course I haven't fallen. I'm still on my feet. What are you talking about, Winslor? What's wrong with you?
Exactly. Still on your feet. That's the way I'm gonna keep it.
The mind of a solo.
Just like all of you. I'm gonna keep all of you on your feet.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
As he rips the flesh off of the face of his
Japanese
next victim.
I got questions about you.
I know what keeps me on my feet. Stims.
Yeah, we doing that stim puncher?
We're doing stims.
After this job, though, right?
Now.
No,
No,
what?
we don't
No,
have
what
time
are we
for
doing?
that.
Are we
we
doing
going
the
back
stim?
to-
We doing? I know we going.
You could.
We go into that building.
I would say,
right?
no, like, understanding where the Wings of Liberty is, if you take a car, how long it takes to get back to Metal Burden, you have enough time to do whatever you need. You have about, like, an hour and a half of free time.
Who wants to get stims with me?
Quick out of character.
I'd
I'll
say
do
we
stims.
should probably get stims.
I want to test.
Would we know if the if that drone that they left is like can would we know if we could reprogram it or use it, or if it's still there?
Netra had already reprogrammed it.
Oh, okay, never mind.
And
Awesome,
Netra
sweet.
also has the not repurposed, but now available sort of trap node
Yeah,
thing.
like metal.
Yeah.
Perfect. We could put all that in my trunk and drive it right over there.
Are we gonna test some stims first, and then we'll head over to Metal Burden?
Oh, I have all the stims I need right here, honey.
Now
So
we
you can
go.
ahead and
We
try
should
that.
go to. Your car's still at Metal Burden, right?
It's still in your shop, yes.
Yeah, we should go back. I'll pick up the sniper rifle just in case.
You can also put the wee flying thing in the car.
The drone?
That's it, yes.
How did you?
Get out the wee flying thing! Okay.
Are we going?
I have no idea what it's called. I am not tech, okay? I know cars, engines, manifolds,
run off
things like that.
I guess we're stepping as we're talking. Back to the burden.
We're
still
remember
through
it's
the
a few
city, right?
miles away from the burden, so it'll take you a little while to get there. You
We're
could separate, and one do stim, one do pick up supplies and everything.
You could all do
You
your
wanna do?
stims while we go get the car. Well, you wanted your sniper rifle. I'll make sure to grab it if you let me.
I mean, we could go
oh,
get
okay,
the car
yeah.
and the sniper. Anything you need? I'll pick up some parts, right? You need parts?
Shotgun ammo.
Okay. I think that's at my shop. You guys want to get the stims? We'll get the car? Alright.
We'll do that.
Quick question: how big is this drone?
It's like a big old hat. I'm just kidding. It's a big old cowboy hat. It's maybe like 2 feet in diameter.
Okay, I was thinking it was like maybe one of those like, giant.
ones.
Yeah,
Like
there
those
are
white
more
drones?
robust drones that have like tri-barrel turrets under them, but this was literally just a support drone that would help hack things. Imagine like the levitating R2D2.
Okay. Sweet. So we can definitely fit that in the trunk and everything. All right, perfect. Let's go grab it.
All right, we split.
All right.
Oh, wait. Where are we meeting up?
Do you want to just
You
call
guys
us?
do have.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, when you
no.
get
Burden.
when you
Okay.
get close. No, we're
Well-
not meeting them there. They're gonna come pick us up.
We'll say that they
Car.
work like within a mile.
We could pick you up at like information center, either one, no matter what.
You don't want to go to the information center. The information center is run by the Ministry of
I'll
Information, and they're
I'll
like,
pay you.
imagine
I'll pay
the
you.
Spanish
I'll-
Inquisition
It
of,
won't take long to get stimps.
of the city.
Okay, I'll ping Jay. We'll find it out.
When we're halfway there, we'll ping you. Yes.
Sounds
Administrator, walk off.
I saunter off with him.
You saunter off.
Style over substance.
I swagger off.
Her attitude
There you
is
go,
everything.
Winslor. There you
Cartwheel
go. Perfect. No, too much.
Swag off.
good. I gangster off.
So you guys taking the same path before
Ooh.
in the tunnels, just following where you were before?
Not the tunnels. No, we don't know the tunnels, do we?
You took the tunnels last time. You took the tunnels like 99% of the way there, and then just took a caved-in stairwell up.
I mean, Astraea, we got scenic route. You know, we got time.
Yeah, let's do this.
We try to find something. We try to.
At this point, you think you have nothing to hide.
we take the scenic route.
Okay.
Make sure all my guns and everything I put away and just like pat myself down.
Yeah, I'm just taking like what stores are kind of like we're passing by, looking down alleyways to see if there's like I don't know, some sketchy shit going on. Somebody needs help. Yeah, we're making our way back to the burden.
Okay. Scenic route, 3 miles. It'll take about 30-45 minutes to get there.
Can we speed walk it?
The speed walk, the scenic route.
Oh well, never mind. We'll saunter.
Sure. You can make a local, what's it, like a local culture or local history check. Let me see. Local expert.
Am I adding anything to this?
If you have 1d10 plus, if you have anything in local expert, it is under intelligence.
I have
so.
local expert. Am I
Yeah.
adding intelligence as well?
You.
So-
Yes, you are. Yes.
Okay.
you are.
16.
17.
Oh, nice. On the outskirts of the city, it's pretty. You're not going to find a lot of high-end stuff. Like you might find some local gems, but you're not such local experts that you really know what those local gems are. So it's this. Imagine at the point that you are, it's still like 1 to 3 story buildings at most. It's like tattoo parlors. It's like the Radio Shack of cybernetic parts sellers. There's not going to be a lot of open weaponry or armor or anything like that unless you are actively looking for it.
Is there an ammunition store?
Yeah, with that there'll definitely be an ammunition store.
All right. On the way back, we're going to stop there. On the way back.
Very true. The ammunition store. The work must continue.
All right. As you guys are walking forward, we'll go to you guys who are looking for the job opportunity.
Stim puncher.
Um,
Oh, I'm gonna be like, boop. Hey yo, if you could give me like a strength booster, speed booster, either one, that'd be great.
You got it.
I go old school. Can I just get some acid?
Yeah.
Battery acid. Nice.
all right. So as you guys are looking for Stim Puncher, you've walked this row enough times to be familiar with it, and you've probably even shopped there a few times. You know that it is at least operated by, not sure if it's owned by, an interesting character named Lucid. As you approach, you see the dark-skinned, mostly cybernetically enhanced or just exchanged human, dark glasses. You can see this sort of like deep green glow from behind the dark glasses. you can see his abdomen is a centrifuge for spinning liquids that are just like spinning around. You now see that almost his entire body is this chemistry facilitation sort of like set. Like as the centrifuge stops, the liquids sort of come back into place. Some are shifted along his body. Some are siphoned into tubes that fill up and mix with different liquids on his back. And you can see that he is tending to this like row of people sitting down, and there are small little pistons in his hand that are sort of like shifting back and forth. And as you look, they're actually look closer. They are syringe sort of like tubes, and you see his finger unstick from this female who immediately goes into this euphoric sort of like eyes fluttering at the back of her head and slumps into her chair.
I'll have what she's having.
Really?
No.
It's called bliss. Are you interested? As he looks up from his work, sort of like making sure that she's comfortable before clasping his hands together.
Is that from Judge Dredd?
What?
Wasn't the drug in that movie called Bliss?
No.
Oh, maybe.
That was slow-mo.
I don't know.
Slow-mo.
I imagine
That was-
bliss is the
yeah,
name
it
of
was
many
slow-mo.
drugs across many fictions and realities.
Jet Mentats.
Welcome to Stim Puncher. I don't know why I'm looking over there. I'm
Yes.
Lucid. I'm the purveyor of trips, stims, anything you need that'll change your chemistry.
Nice to meet you, Lucid. You got anything that'll make
Pleasure's
you
mine.
rage?
Rage.
We're looking for something to make us powerful. Angry.
Are we here for the stim tester job, or are we just trying to buy some stims?
A little bit of both.
I got some overdose in the back. A little bit
Sounds
of
nice.
red eye.
Oh yeah. Love that show.
Go, baby.
Keep those eyes open. I got most anything you need. You come up with an effect, I'll come up with a solution.
What's Red Eye do?
Red Eye'll keep you going for however long you need. There's a bit of a crash after 24 hours, but those 24 hours are gonna be some fierce activity, I tell ya.
How much is that?
That'll be about 50 creds.
Real quick, you gave us 100 to start out with?
Yeah.
Probably should ask you for credit. Can we just electronically, digitally send each other creds?
Yeah, let's make things easy.
Okay.
I got Robo City's 16 messenger on here.
I got Tecmo.
It's called Sweet 16. That's a dating app.
Paytech. I'll just go. Hey Jay, you might be a little low on the credits. I got you, bro. And I like boop boop boop. I transfer him 300.
Cool.
Thanks. How about overdose? What's that do?
Well, for the better part of an hour, you'll be a beastly monster, stronger beyond reason.
Oh yeah. How much is that?
Literally, reason will leave you in light of strength.
Sounds like a fair trade. How much does it cost?
That one's about 100. If you get jacked with it, you're gonna get smacked for sure. Like if the cops find you, or if you know, it's,
Let's get 2 of those.
We might be able to use that.
overdose triples any strength kind of rolls. Anything to do with strength.
So would that be body?
Yeah, it'd be body. It would be
And like dex and reflex?
Yes. I would say, yeah, for both of those.
Okay, cool.
Cocaine, sorry, red eye is pretty much just cocaine. Red eye will like keep you up, keep you going. It's like if you're on a long job or you need to survey something, or you just want to fucking party, you've got red eye.
How many uses?
One. That's
Just
a
one, huh?
serving. 30 calories per serving.
Can I like peep Jay and be like, boop, Jay, do they have anything that'll increase my reflexes? I like to drive a little wild sometimes, as you know, so.
I'll let you know. How about reflex enhancements?
Well, I mean, have you tried reflex?
I should have known. How much does that cost?
Just as much as cocaine. I mean, red eye.
Just calling it what it is.
Just calling it what it is.
Stay in the universe, Magnus.
All right. Let's get 2 of those.
You're kind of you're looking to be a junkie. I could use one of those. You looking
We're here for that.
to make some creds?
Sure are.
Oh, all these are on the house and then some if you're willing to test a new little concoction I've made. The test involves more than drinking it, you see.
I'll do it.
All in. I like to see that.
Pull down your pants.
We could do business here in the future. Provided you survive, that is. I'm just kidding. It shouldn't be that deadly. I got this new, it's not exactly a stim. It's more like an unplant, if you know what I mean. It's like a downer. Call it milky water. And, well, let's just say I have high hopes for it, and I want to test it in a pretty particular manner that'll really help me understand what it does.
How long does it last?
All a part of the test.
I don't know that we have
Oh, it's
time for
not.
that.
What's the situation?
How much time you got?
An hour.
It'll be over before then. I can't say you will be in fine health afterwards, but
That's what red eye is
I
for,
can't say you
right?
won't either.
Yeah.
We'll just
Let's
pop
do
a
it.
red eye afterwards.
We're aligned here.
We're
Follow
leaving
me.
ourselves out with more stims.
Follow me to the back. And he sort of like turns around and lifts a cloth and walks into what is this alley of small garage compartments. And he sort of lifts up the door, and you see this arm rig just hanging up multiple different cables, almost like lulling in the air. And it's, other than various different vials and vats and things on the side and different components to actually use and distribute drugs, it is a completely empty, maybe like 7x7 storage space with markings on the side. And you see him sort of like walk up to the arms, lean back, and as his back touches the wall, different mechanisms with drills start undoing his current sort of arm accoutrement, taking it off, and the other one lowers in place and drills in. And this one looks to be more for fighting. You see knuckles, large, sort of metallic, sort of like numerously reinforced knuckles, and it says NEVRLAND on the knuckles, just like imprinted. And he goes, "All right, so I'm gonna put you through the ringer, quite literally. I'm gonna see I want to see what you're capable of on this drug, how you react. We're gonna fight, knuck to knuck. Too late to back out now." And he starts walking over. He takes one of the portions from the spinning cartridges on his bottom, or in his midsection, starts to siphon out, and through his arm, you can see the cabling that's newly connected, and go up to one of his fingers, and he says, "May I?"
Do whatever you gotta do.
All right, I'm looking for notes afterwards. And he, well, I guess, damn, where the fuck would...
Right in your mouth. Like...
There, let's just say that there's like a
See,
space
I
to
have
put...
cyber limbs.
Yeah, this is,
So-
you saw a mix of individuals in the seats of different, like, cybernetically enhanced, full-on robos, full-on organics. So, like, these chemicals and components can be used across, some of them at least, can be used across sort of your origin, whether it be robo or bio-robo. Perfect. Sticks his finger in there. You see the liquid empty inside, and you see his veins sort of highlight green, almost like this Bane type enhancement. And almost immediately after it enters into your system, you feel nearly no different, but the image in front of you pauses for a few seconds. You still think you're moving, but the image pauses for a few seconds. He says, "I never got your name. I forgot to ask, but since we're doing business together, I think it's good for me to know."
Call me Jay.
And I'm Netra.
You say that, and then he says, "Call me Jay." Nothing really to point out, just for both of you to know. And it's delayed for you as well. Ever since that first screen of sort of pausing, everything has been delayed for you. And he says, he presses a button, and there's like 3 red lights. One goes green, bing! And he says, "You see, what it's supposed to do is delay the reaction of your stimuli. Just delay the reception of any stimuli out, coming in. Should be about 3 seconds or so." And how this manifests is this weird physical body trying to catch up with what you're seeing, which is behind what you're actually like grabbing or doing.
It's like a phantom existence.
Exactly. And so it's incredibly disorienting right now. So the second green light goes on. Boop! At the third green light, give it all you got. And he puts up his knucks, smashes them together, and says, "Time to take you to Neverland." And the last green light starts.
Oh, no.
Go ahead and roll initiative at disadvantage, and that is reflex plus 1d10.
Oh, just 11.
Okay, you take 7 points of damage right off the bat. What is your armor?
It is 13.
It ignores half of that, so that is 7. So you take no damage, but you don't even see him coming at you. Your body moves, and and it's hard for you to tell too, because even the reception of the impact is delayed. So you're just entirely like it's like you're getting wailed on, and after you hit the wall, you see him throw his fist right at you. So he went first. You can feel free to roll at disadvantage. So just the 1d10 twice. Take the lower number.
9.
To hit. And
wait, sorry.
sorry, this is brawling plus dex.
Okay, sorry. So that would be. Still 9. You had brawling.
You throw your body forward, and you hear after you throw your body forward and see him numerous seconds later just walk out of the way and just like look at you in slow motion. Just
seems to be everything lining up.
You hear after getting wailed on once more. Yeah. You take. So your armor is actually down to. Since it ignores armor, your armor has lowered 1, and it's going to lower 1 again. But he hits you for 4. So right now, just your outside is absorbing a bunch of this. Netra, you're just seeing him get the shit kicked out of him. Like he is at the far end of blackout and on even like maybe 3 more drugs is how disoriented he's looking. Like his leg is like kicking up in the air and trying to like grasp the ground way too high as he like dips forward, and like it was hard for me to come up with this description. I thought it was so interesting, but like it's hard for me to even imagine what it would be like if all of your stimuli was just delayed 3 seconds. Very hard for me to comprehend, but in this case it just manifests as disadvantage on everything while you're under. You take just another hit to your armor. Go ahead and make an attack or whatever you're going to do at disadvantage.
I'm gonna try.
So far, so good. So far, so
I try like
good.
lunging and grabbing.
Okay.
It's like a wide grapple.
Grapple.
Grapple. 10. What's happening over there?
I don't know. Something's going on. What you doing under the table, you guys?
So grapple is brawling plus dex plus 1d10. Is that what you did?
Yep. I thought I had brawling, but I didn't.
Timing is.
Oh, you don't have brawling? Seems like something Jay should have, but
yeah, but whatever. I'm not gonna meta game that.
no worries.
10.
Again, you see him, but it's almost like the hallway extending before you, like in a nightmare, where he just like is moving back as quickly as you're moving forward, and your arms move together many seconds after you gave the command, and he goes,
What do you think the audience is for here? What do you, what would you pay for this? What would you sell it for?
and he's like talking to you. He sort of like turns his back to Jay, and he'll attack at disadvantage.
My enemies.
10 rubles.
What about grapples?
You take actually every time you're also supposed to roll a I believe a brawling plus dex, like in melee combat. Hold on. Yeah, dex plus evasion. Sorry. What'd you get?
Really?
Yeah. He's just legitimately been rolling really high, and everything that you do is at disadvantage. So
16 if it's dex and evasion.
16.
Is that with a plus 10 or sorry, a D10 roll?
That is with a D10 roll, but at disadvantage.
Then 21.
He just barely hits you. You take another mark off of your, but his damage is literally 3. So take another mark off of your armor as he's just like making conversation with Netra and just turns around and just back knuckles your face as you spin around, slam into the wall once more. And go ahead and actually roll for me a man, what would this be? There's nothing that's like Constitution here.
Yeah, there is.
Will?
Yeah, concentration.
Yeah, will?
Concentration. Okay, perfect. Will and concentration plus 1d10. Just straight up. No disadvantage.
Channel the will.
I said straight up.
Oh, I'll take the lower number since I'm on a drug. It's 20.
Still pretty good. You start to see your movements sort of phantom at first. Like before, it was just everything is a solid image and solid feeling that's coming into you, but you start to feel the blend between time and space here again as it starts to collect once more. And he's got his hands clasped together, large, bulky arm cybernetic attachments, not even focused on you. And you see him like thinking into the air, ruminating on the potential for this drug. And he's facing Netra. So you are up.
At disadvantage still?
Yeah.
Man, I'm debating whether or not I should just knock him out and see what it looks like, or see how it takes while unconscious. Yeah,
You're
I
an
think
honorable
that's just
man.
what I'll do.
11.
11 to hit?
Yeah, he says brawling plus reflex
Yeah.
and a D10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 11.
Lucid, we have things we need to do tonight, so preferably conscious.
Like, hey, we just got the car.
You guys wouldn't have been at the car yet. They're- This is
We
like the
haven't- we
first.
haven't gotten to our.
This is like they're like 20 minutes into their adventure. You guys
I thought it's been
would
like
have
a
already been
while.
there. No,
You're-
yeah.
The place is like an hour away.
Yeah, you miss, but he like has to dodge it this time, and he says,
Oh, looks like you're coming back from the adventure with the rabbit. All right.
and then he's
Let's get into it now.
and he just goes and
Let's see how long it takes for you to come back.
and he's gonna go ahead and attack. He hits, rolled natural 10. Damage. Damage is 9 this time, so whatever your armor was halved, minus 3. What was your? I'm sorry. What was your armor initially?
It was 13 when I started. Now
Okay,
it's-
13 halved
now it's
to
11.
7. Oh, sorry, 11 halved to 6, 9. So you take 3 points of damage right across your mask as it's cracked. You feel the components inside compress with the blow, and you feel your neck turn and snap in one direction. But you are able to catch yourself and right yourself once more. As he's still partially in between the sort of like 3-second delay, as his limbs are still almost like phantoming in place. But you can perceive them now. Go ahead and attack.
No, I'm good.
No, same pencil.
Oh. Dual wield. Jeez.
Ooh.
Is a double one.
Oh no.
He grabs your fist, headbutts you down to the ground as you go onto your knees, and he still grabbing your fist lifts you back up, catches you, and you feel this cool sort of liquefied dispersion from where his right hand is touching your components, and you feel relieved of the influence fully of the drug. And he says,
I'd say that was a successful test. You're welcome here anytime. Go ahead and take the load that you requested on top of this.
and he hands you well he does let's make credits purely digital in this world. He just like does this flicking motion, and you see in your HUD this like this number grow to 500.
Oh.
Ooh. Thank you.
You're a courageous fellow, bound for great things, I imagine. Just remember old humble Lucid when you're on that journey.
Will do. Thank you, Lucid.
Can I ping Jay and be like, does he have any blood purifiers actually as well? I don't want to be high for too long.
He
How much for that, whatever you just gave me?
Now that's a rare concoction. Something else I'm working on. It's proven to be effective, but the ingredients are rare. That one will cost you an even 400.
I guess I'll explain my reasoning behind that. Like, during executions, don't they drug the people, or are they kept completely sober?
I don't know. I'll take it.
All right, however you want to
hell is
gesture the credits digitally from your person to the.
I Kamehameha my credits and people.
Oh.
That's a new fad these days. Is the
Gotcha.
Credmehameha.
What are you looking for?
It's so hard to tell with the mask
I don't know
on.
what you want. You're like,
Ah,
you're
you
like a
bless me
mime.
with your credits.
Oh, that's what that was.
Pleasure doing business with you.
I thought you were asking for something.
No.
Give me this.
I was trying to figure out a gesture for giving him credits. I don't think I wrote down credits anywhere on here. Alright, so then I have... Started with 100. Got...
He gave you 300 for a
Yeah,
total of
300.
400. Then you got 500. Then you are at it down 400.
So I'm at 600 credits now.
You're at 100 credits.
You got
No.
500.
Yeah, 500.
Because he gave
We're all
you
good at
400
math.
total. You spent 400. Then he gave you 500. So now you have just the 500.
I already paid for all of them. Okay, sorry. I thought I only paid for the last stuff.
Yeah.
You
that's
did
it.
only pay for the last stuff, so
The
it
last
still adds up to 500.
Yeah.
You had 100. He gave you 300, making 400.
I'll trust your math. All right, let's. Here's the money for overdose,
Forgot to get the calculator implant.
and it's broken. Took my machete to it.
This one's called Refresh.
Okay. 1 refresh, 2 overdoses, and what we say, 2 reflexes.
I gave you 2, so
Oh, those are all in the house. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're good here then. Thank you, Lucid.
And he, you hear sort of like the release of steam, and see it on his back as the sort of like the arms lock into place, and he gets back in the harness. Has that set of arms taken off and the other set put on,
and he says, "And remember, Stim Puncher, for all of your otherworldly needs."
Punchy needs.
I will. Thank you.
Nice doing business.
How often do you need a tester? We'll be back.
Just walk on by, see if you need anything when you're here, and I always post my needs to the job board. Although there are plenty of junkies around, so I'm surprised you made it here first.
What does Stim Puncher's symbol look like? Is it just like a guy punching stims on top?
It's
of
a
Fist with a fucking.
it's-
It's grabbing onto a needle.
just imagine everything is a neon sign, and it is a syringe where the piece that you push down is all the way pushed down, and the juices are shooting out to form a fist. It's like little driplets around the fist, but it's like, and it's like
That's
it's
not
like
how I was gonna picture that.
Yeah.
it's one of those like animated like
The needle tip could have been a fist. That would be, but it's just a bunch of fists coming out of the syringe. All right.
it's like
I
One Punch
like it.
Man's consecutive punches in liquid form.
All right. Well, we're gonna get going. You good, Netra? Quit drinking stims.
Au revoir.
This milky water is just so good.
It's liquid cocaine.
Oh, yeah.
Throws you 2 bullets.
Milky water on the house.
Ooh.
One's for robos, hasn't been tested yet, so it could do anything. And the other's for bios.
That'll come in handy. We could drug someone.
I'll just. Thanks. I'm sure
Milky
we'll find out
water
how to
on the
use it.
house.
Both called Milky Water. Hey, is there any visual difference?
One is more metal looking. The other's wrapped in skin.
Oh.
Ooh.
Wow. Like
I like to make things comprehensive, you know.
wrapped in skin. I like it.
One is like a screw coming out. The robot one.
I hope you got that patent.
How do you fit that in a gun?
This is the prime.
It's anybody's bed. Okay, so what is every? We'll say that you guys, you make it to the ammunition shop. What are you picking up?
Oh, okay. I'm picking up now. Okay.
Or you just want a mental?
Oh, we're gonna pick up the car, then come back to the ammo shop, since they're already in the city.
Okay. Okay, you still see the presence of the Remnants of Dust, but they ignore you for the most part. Like, there is a sniper back up on the 3rd level. You wouldn't have noticed them unless you came here and ran into them before and knew what to look for. As you just see sort of like almost like a heat wave of fabric from one of the invisible snipers.
Do I see him?
Remember, 4 buildings down, 3 stories up. So
I know
they're
the
a
general
little far.
vicinity.
Yeah.
I kind of just I do the finger guns in his general vicinity. I just.
Okay. You don't know how they reacted, but let's just say that I think that's cool. So.
All right. I put the code into the door. Password.
Quick question: is that flamethrower guy that we killed? Is his flamethrower still on the ground or anywhere near?
No. Anything that was a member of the Remnants of Dust that was like deceased on the ground has been taken.
Okay. Cool. I just go into the shop. I check my car out, checking all the systems out, get a nice go over.
The drone is there. Everything is as it should be. In the shop, your car is unmolested.
Put the drone in the trunk.
Yep. Taking out the sniper, putting it in the trunk.
Mother is you could have walked out of the door and walked back in, and she'd be the same.
I was gonna take a second to go upstairs real quick, do a quick check-sees.
We could also put your mother in the car.
I kind of pull out my knife a little bit. Like, you say that again, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Okay, well, very well. I mean, the more the merrier, I say, but sure.
And it really has only been an hour, so she's the entire scene looks very similar. She is maybe not even finished her soap.
Cool. I'll just close the door very quietly and then make my way down the steps.
Did you say soap?
Soaps. Her soaps.
Like
Soap operas?
Oh,
Robo soaps.
I get it.
Robes. She's watching Robes.
Ropes.
I don't know. I thought she was
VR,
like making
so
soap
never
or
mind.
something.
Just instead of
She's
looking
like,
into a virtual
I
reality
was like,
headset, she's looking into a bar of soap
I was like, oh.
with characters on the inside.
She was in the middle of the bath. I don't know.
Alright,
Go
let's stop
on.
making fun of my mother
I'm
before I start
sorry.
stabbing all of you.
They're not here.
I hear them in the box.
Okay, so you arm yourself. Are you switching out the assault rifle or anything? Or are you picking up the sniper?
I'm putting the sniper in the vehicle.
Okay. We'll say it already has a stash of some ammo. We'll say that you have like 2 grenades, and you have 1 replacement of armor.
How much like ammo did I have on hand?
On hand,
Pistol, assault rifle, shotgun.
I want to figure out a way to not have to worry about ammo while also kind of still considering that things take ammo.
Battery packs.
You only shot. You didn't shoot at all, I think, last time.
No,
so
I
you're good.
stabbed people.
Yeah, exactly. So you're good.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, well, then we loading up. Let's go. Like, you got everything? You good? You good?
I say, hold on. I plug my iPod in, turn the music on, turn
An
it up.
iPod.
Yes,
It is
very
a
old-
cassette player. You
eight
plug
track
in your
cassette player.
your flippin' cassette player. Your fire fucking cassette player.
Yeah.
I don't remember cassette players working that way, but sure they do. That sounds badass. Whatever sounds.
The cassette player is not futuristic.
Neither is an iPod.
Yeah, but like it's like a future iPod. Like it's like a digital thing. I just go. I play some bumping tunes, okay?
Yeah.
Bumping tunes.
Play it on Zotify.
Your neon glow underneath your vehicle is a visualizer, sort of like pulsing out different colors.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
I'm gonna bet that it is. It
look
seems
into that.
simple to arrange. If they can put a visualizer, a reactive visualizer on a shirt or a hood or glasses, they can put it underneath a car.
Sure.
Or
It's
so
your
we
world,
say.
man.
This is my world, my world. Anyway, okay, so you guys are in the car, armed up, stocked up. You have the node, right?
No, she has to do it.
She has a node. It's called a graviton eviscerator.
I wrote it down.
Perfect. You guys are going to pick them up. You guys are behind in
We're
time.
going to the ammo.
You are going to pick up ammo. I would say that you probably would pick up sniper ammo because you may not have had sniper ammo before. This is a pretty advanced sniper rifle. It can use multiple different caliber rounds, depending on what you want to do. 50 caliber, of course, being
Standard?
available but more expensive.
What is standard for the sniper rifle?
There is no standard. There's like this dial that adjusts the aperture of the barrel. So it's literally whatever you have as ammo can be like. So if you remember when initially engaging this person, they shot one of these nodes out.
Oh, all right.
So it's like you can almost like fit whatever you want into there, but there needs to be a firing. It still works in very much like a hammerlock fashion of
I
like
can't
something
use
needs
the
to be.
sniper rifle regardless.
It hasn't been hacked yet. True.
Exactly.
Okay, so you're getting ammo. Let's say that what are you looking for in terms of like?
Looking for shotgun ammo, dragon's breath ammo
Yes,
for the shotgun,
Dragon's breath. That's what I wanted.
Okay.
and I'm looking for like riot ammo for the assault rifle.
You don't have an assault rifle yet.
I'm carrying an assault rifle. You gave me the.
Oh,
assault
I
rifle.
did. I'm sorry. It was in the. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm looking for like riot ammo.
Okay, let's just
like
say to like
stunning.
to like stun ammo.
Yeah.
Like
That,
Can I get
that's what
rubber-
riot
okay,
ammo
rubber
is.
bullets?
I don't know
It's
this.
like
It's
a rubber,
good. I
like
should know
It's a
that.
rubber. It's
Yeah.
like a rubber bullet.
I want a rubber bullet for my pistol. Rubber bullets for my pistol. Like
Okay, so all of you guys have non-lethal. Let's just say that
Dragon's breath
you.
is lethal.
Yeah, dragon's
No,
breath.
I know. I'm saying
Yeah.
to supplement that, you have an array of non-lethal and lethal ammo as you go into the shop. The shop owner's admittedly a bit confused at the request, but
I'm looking to spend 200 credits worth of lethal non.
now I feel bad saying that it was 200. I feel unoriginal. You took that from me. I'm gonna make it 300 credits. I'm just kidding.
Can we bargain?
150 credits will get you all of this ammo. Will just be like to refresh your supply currently because you also haven't used very much ammo, and I'm just gonna.
I kind of wanted to start like building a stockpile, like just like buy what I need right now, and then buy a little extra to put to the side, kind of like build a stockpile.
Oh. Yeah. Then you're fully stocked on both lethal and non-lethal rubber-tipped ammo.
Cool.
Do we have Dragon's breath shotgun rounds?
Is that like
That's like-
incendiary
yeah,
rounds?
that's
Yeah,
like
it's like
the
center
pellets
it's
with the flame,
specifically for.
Then add another 50 and that'll be 200 flat, and you'll get.
I'll give you
for
$100. That's
for
all
the
my money.
shotgun.
That's all my money hurts. I mean, Winslor. That's all my money. Yes. Here, take it. That's all I can
You
pay
can't
for.
really blame him because you were hurt check
I haven't been
for
hurt check for
every
a while
campaign
now.
forever. All right. You guys refresh on all your ammo. You do have Dragon's Breath ammo. Do you have enough for?
Could I ask them
Jay.
if they have like a? Do you have like any like a little electrical attachment that you could attach to like say a machete, perhaps?
Nah, son, that's a bit custom. We're just simple ammo.
The shotgun ammo is specifically for him. The assault rifle is for me,
Got it.
I got
Um,
and the incendiary rounds I'm guessing is for him. Her.
I have a shotgun and a heavy pistol. So I need
I'm sure you can find some moderns on the street to get you that. No problem.
I pull him aside. Hey, brother. Anybody you know that could hack a security trigger? You know somebody?
go ahead and roll a cool check.
I'm real cool.
You can add luck to it.
Oh, and that is the end of the playlist.
You have 5 points of luck, though. Or you have 7 points of luck.
14. This is just D10 and luck, or D10 and cool.
Yeah.
Then 14.
Man, hackers are a dime a dozen on these streets. You can find one anywhere. Pretty sure that hobo over there claimed to be a hacker.
I'm like, hey, you! Are you a hacker?
And I
And that's like that's like partially true. Like a lot of people with their headsets, especially the youths, will use them to try and hack literally everything. Like you see one across the street, this kid just like plugging into an ATM equivalent in this universe and like gah! And just like runs away. Need to upgrade my deck.
Magic
all
deck?
right. All right. Well then, I guess I'll take my business elsewhere.
You know that like from what he says, it's they're numerous. It probably wouldn't be very hard to find a high quality one out there. It's almost like if you put the energy out there, you will be answered.
Well, I was thinking maybe this guy could be a cool guy, but okay.
First time doing business with him. And you bought non-lethal rounds.
That's just in case.
What's your name, butter?
Ajax.
Ajax, eh?
It's a bad guy from,
Winslor.
I don't care.
Mortal Code.
Do you clean things?
Mortal
Ajax?
Code, have you heard of us?
Do you clean things?
You paid me. We're done here.
I mean, you're not named after a household cleaner.
I look at Astraea like,
He
Astraea.
like, he like presses
Astraea.
he
No,
presses
no,
a
no.
button and like
No.
guns descend
we
from the
done.
ceiling.
We
and
done. We done. Ain't no
Those are
extra.
fine machines
No,
there. Wow.
No extra business we gotta do here. Let's just leave this guy.
Oh, I know. I'm just
That's
You
marveling.
got the credits.
I
Come
am-
back
I
into
am
time.
marveling
You got
at
the
his-
questions. I'm less interested.
I'm marveling at your work here. These are amazing guns you have here. Did you do this yourself? Yep. I'm impressed. Bye.
And as soon as I'm out the door, I'll be like, you got any experimental ammo? No? Okay.
How much you willing to pay?
Did he just say something? We already left his shop. Did he say something? I can't hear him.
as he says, how much you willing to, and you leave, the doors close, and you just hear.
That's fine. Yeah. I wasn't really, fuck this guy.
Knock on the.
I mean,
I just go, hey Jay, we got your stuff. We'll be right there probably like
you'll be there in a few minutes.
few minutes.
Do you have our party favors? I may ask.
Good. We got everything.
Good to go.
We're ready for pickup.
Perfect.
go.
I can go out the jar.
Was that you burning it?
Yeah, that's me burning the tires.
No, she just says that.
Energy.
That's what she says.
For the rest of the actually, sorry, make a
Reflex? Driving?
reflex and driving to see how stylishly you drive to your destination.
It's 20, but yeah, just 20.
Expertly weaving in and out, just barely missing some bumpers and
Oh, hey, watch
fenders.
out there! Nice car.
Barely making stops like stoplights and different things
Is
that
that
are.
Twinkletoes? Tipsy? Whatever her name was, yes.
You do see some runners going, and like running is a service that is typically if a runner is on the job, it's like information that they don't want the machine to know about. Runners are, I would say, like in some rare sorts, used by robos of higher society to just like exchange some information between more privately. But mostly it's between like the plotters of the netherworld. But yeah, so Tiptoes.
That's her name, yes.
Yeah, Tiptoes is seemed to be pretty cool, pretty. But she was also like a teenager, so she's like up and coming runner. Okay, so they're within minutes away from you guys. It's about a little after 4 at this point, considering all of your travel and engagements. You've got 2 hours. Given a good drive, it would take about half an hour to get to the Wings of Liberty. So from your perspective, if the city is a clock, you guys are on the outskirts at about 11, 12 o'clock. Sorry, 11, 10 o'clock. The Wings of Liberty is down at about 10. Jesus.
9.
I'm sorry. 1 to. How does the clock look from your perspective?
12.
I'm doing this from your perspective.
Left side.
So 1 to. You're about 2 o'clock. I'm sorry. You guys are about 2 o'clock
Oh, okay.
from your perspective. If you go down to about 5, in between 5 and 4, that's where the Wings of Liberty is, still in the outskirts of the city. It's almost like welcoming the eastern coast with its glory. And it will take about half an hour. And there's no like highway that gets there immediately. But yeah, we'll get there as soon as you guys get picked up. Is there anything last minute that you guys want to do? You have some time.
This is the exact song I'm playing when I'm driving.
That's how you drive? I don't want to drive with her.
Expert driver.
Man, if you played Final Fantasy VII, I'm picturing some crazy shit. Like their motorcycle physics are insane. It's like nunchucks is how they can control freaking motorcycles.
Just in
It's
the
like
passenger seat,
yeah. Anyway, is there anything last minute thing that you guys want to get done? Anybody you want to talk to or?
Yeah. Winslor. Here's what you asked for. We got you, here's an overdose. I'll keep one for myself.
Wait, are they with us now?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no real place to park under the city. There's like a few different back channels to take the back cave equivalent. But otherwise, the easiest way is to literally just pick up right outside of the like stairways, the multiple stairways leading up and out into the top or just open level of the city.
Then yeah, I guess as we're walking up to the vehicle, I'd be like, "We got everything. Here's your money."
I look at my phone like.
Spicy.
It's like it doesn't come at once; it comes in sprinkles.
Yeah, it's like one.
Yeah.
It's just really annoying to watch.
Yeah, it's like.
I just press the button and
Okay.
the back doors open up for you guys. Bloop.
I got
Suicide style.
Oh, okay.
Your shotgun
It's
ammo
like
in the
hearse?
back. In the trunk. We got you something special.
Ooh. I'm gonna through the window. I'm gonna hand you your.
No, I'll pop out of I'll get out of the car and I'll pop the trunk. Be like,
We got suicide doors. Upside doors.
okay, I accidentally hit you with the suicide door. Like, oh, sorry, I don't know this car. I don't know. I'm sorry. Jay.
Don't you have a Sonata?
Well, I'm saying I have a sedan, but the
A sedan.
like the front doors are suicide doors, so they open up like backwards almost, and the back doors are Lambo doors, so they open up upwards.
Wow.
So you got this.
So it's a Tesla.
And you got this.
So basically, when you're driving, the doors open up like that. and
I'm
the back
hip.
doors
I'm
open up
game.
Like that.
That's cool.
Sure.
Just
How
so you
does
can
your
shoot.
trunk open? Upside down?
The trunk opens up like this. It goes like splits in half, then opens up.
Cool.
I like it.
It's very
Cool.
technical. Very techno.
Cool.
Okay, techno.
I'm just picturing just like,
Yeah.
and there's like ammo, and then the drone, and then like a small
You
weapon
guys are just
track.
in open daylight, just exchanging ammo and drugs.
Like maybe we should do this somewhere else. What's
No,
happening?
you look to your left and there's a group that looks very similar to you guys doing the exact same thing.
I kind of just
I
look
look
at
at
him
him
like sternly, like
There's somebody else on their side looking at you sternly.
I just nod,
They nod as well.
and I look back.
Wow.
Look at your left hand. They lift up the left hand. Like
They slam their doors and peel out and just drive away.
Can I just look at you and like unclick my AR HUD really fast so you just see 2 bloodshot eyes? And I'm just like, do I get something special too?
And I slide over some pistol ammo, and there you
It's
go.
just like really dark.
I just
stuff.
look
Yeah,
at this,
like very just.
Like,
I'm picturing just
really
very like
bloodshot.
yeah.
You could probably use some red eye.
Are you okay? Are you both okay? You look like you've been through the ringer once or twice. Like, Jay, you look bloody. Like, what happened to you?
I had to earn that.
Yes, his mask has 2 new cracks.
Yeah, that's.
Would this be the first time you're revealing your eyes to us?
I'm not
No,
revealing.
but
Oh.
you guys probably just haven't seen them in so long.
Yeah, I kind of.
Oh, they're
I'm
blue.
I'm
What
like,
color?
I'm like squinting because it's like really bright without like my overlay.
I just
It's
go.
like-
I was gonna go. Hey, Netro, you should come out of the tech
I
world
can't hear
sometimes.
you. Boop.
All right.
Wait,
And I kind of just like
all
look
of the
to the
pimples
side, like, all
that
right.
only exist in the
Ew.
sort of
Oh my god.
underneath the.
That's not what I want to look like. I don't want. Oh my god, no. Oh,
Maybe you should clean that
okay,
every
we'll
once in a
delete
while.
that's disgusting.
But you have a lovely shade of eyes in your eye color. Like you should show them more often.
Many red eyes.
That's
Aside
a
from
good
the
idea.
the red outside, that looks a little infected. Maybe we should get them looked at.
Netra, is there something you would want while we're at an ammunition store?
I only have a
Cyber
heavy
bullets?
pistol.
Ooh, I actually have
I
rubber.
handed you a shotgun.
I have
Oh.
rubber bullets for your heavy pistol if you want some.
Oh, sure.
Can I hold up
Yeah.
like a little mag of rubber bullets?
Is there anything you could use for hacking? What do you do? You jack in, but I don't know what you do. What do you need?
Can you jack out?
Oh, I can. No, I don't want to take it there.
No, take it.
We put
take it there.
18 plus on this. It's fine.
Yeah, say whatever you want.
Can we somehow like meta like a hacker's gun for the cybernetic realm?
Hacker gun?
Or maybe I
So
should
like,
just look
I
into
don't have to
maybe,
be within 6 feet.
No, like maybe I should just look into making a new program, like some other program.
So that's the creative freedom I
Meta
want to give you when it comes
sub-program.
to net running. Is like, remember, you can implant a virus at the end of every net run
Oh, I
when
know.
you make it to the end.
I just
That's
didn't
something
wanna
that I
do
kind of want
in his
to
thing.
when we in a matter of next week get millions of viewers. I want to enable them to be able to
I mean,
come
yes.
up with some of those viruses. I think that would be a cool
That's a good idea.
option for the community. But in the meantime, you do have like, if the more robust and the more intricate the virus, the more time I'd like you to spend on it outside of actually like implement. Like, oh, I'm at the end of the run. I'm at the end of the elevator. Now fucking insert demon butterflies.
Nuke 'em.
Digital nuke. Yeah, so that's something that'll take some time and some ingenuity outside of just hacking. But yeah, so like the cyberscape is or the netscape is something that there's a lot of opportunity for growth here. So if you have any ideas, I'm super open to hearing them.
Okay.
But as it stands, I also want to let you know that simple electrical and cyber mechanisms you can hack into with ease, still within like a little bit larger of a distance than 6 feet. So it's like stoplights, different like smaller security systems, speaker systems. Like imagine or like operating doors to a dingy mall or something like that. Like any
Ooh.
like if you have an idea for something that you want to hack into in your environment, don't wait for me to say that it's there.
Okay.
I'm also toying with the idea of giving it everything a personality that you encounter. So it's like
Heck, this computer that's an ATM machine. I'm an ATM. Anyways.
Oh, hey! You coming to pull out money?
I'm sorry, we should
I
stop
would
that now.
That's
greatly
perfect.
appreciate that.
All right, we'll see how that goes. So you guys all collect. You guys are outside of Beggar's Reach. It's about 4:30 p.m. You have an hour and a half before you get there. Before you need to be there, there's no penalty for being early, at least not that they said.
We should make our way over, scout it out, get a good position. Maybe we post another person in another building. Jay,
I should probably be
Jay, I need a
closer.
response. I don't know. You're stone faced every time. Your mask.
mask-faced.
I think we should check it out. And then check in with the resistance. Before we post somebody up. They might have a plan already.
Yeah, that'll work.
Here's your guys' stuff. Andrea, you have
You mean Astraea?
sorry.
Who's
Astraea, you have
Andrea?
1 reflex,
Cheating on the party.
Huh? What?
1
I thought we were
reflex,
friends, Jay.
and
And a blood cleanser?
and refresh. That was the refresh, right?
Yeah.
And then Winslor, you got
No acid?
1 overdose and 1 red eye. And you got a red eye. And I think that's it. And then your money back.
Oh,
What exactly does the red eye do?
it's cocaine.
Aside from does it give you a
It's
boost?
cocaine.
I get
You'd
it.
understand if you did cocaine.
But what's the boost on the page?
Look at the stats.
It's probably reflex. Or move. Body?
Maybe concentration. like will?
Perception and concentration, I would say.
Perception and concentration.
Perception off the charts.
Yeah. And I said anything dealing with strength for overdose is ×3. So whatever you roll, just times that by 3.
Last time at the store, you said ×4.
I did not. I said
It was
times
red
three.
eye and what?
I'll go
Jay?
with ×4.
Red eye and what?
Overdose.
Overdose.
Overdose is the strength one.
So red eye, cocaine, overdose, Pacific.
I'm just gonna say red eye is focus.
There's another drug called that, but
What's reflex?
reflex. Let me
Pull something out of your ass.
let me randomly type on here, buying me time to pull something out of my bum. Anything to do with dex increases. Anything to do increases by double. Anything with intelligence decreases
Oh.
by half.
Shotgun.
I'm gonna get behind shotgun.
Okay.
All right, we all getting in the car. We making our way. What's this new place called?
You are headed to the Wings of Liberty, which you know is a most anybody would know. It's like this. Imagine the Statue of Liberty, only in robo form. There are wings. It is a female robotic figure, but it's almost like. Have any of you seen Metropolis, the 1920s?
The old school gray and white.
Imagine,
Black and white, yeah.
yes, imagine that sort of like sleek, feminine robot figure in this heroic position, holding out a spear with metallic wings extended from her back, about as
dope.
tall as the Statue of Liberty as well.
Oh, wow.
And it's on the outskirts of the city, so it's like the outside perimeter, and it's almost like welcoming or warning, depending on how you're looking at it, the eastern like frontier.
Does it have like a neon flame or something?
It's in pretty like
disrepair?
disrepair. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen better days. So are you guys on your way there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll go there.
Okay. What you didn't plan for is as you're getting deeper into the city, traffic starts to ramp up. Cars start to get piled up, and it's mainly the avenues towards the Wings of Liberty. Many people are heading there, even as early as you are, 4 hours before showtime. This is where you can you guys are stuck at a street light. You can make a tech check to see if you can't hack it, and you can do a driving tech in combination to see how quickly you can sort of use the mechanical systems and cybernetic systems of Robo City 16 to your advantage as well as your driving ability. Like, she hacks things and opens the way. You take advantage of something that not even like a normal driver would be able to do. Exactly.
Alright, awesome, yeah.
Can I try to hack from a distance, like, to make all the lights green for us?
Yes.
If you can make all the lights green, that'll be a glorious day, honey. Glorious day.
Not all at once, so it's not, like, super suspicious, you know? But, like, as soon as we get up to it, it's green.
Yeah, so give me a tech plus basic tech plus 1d10 and give me a reflex plus driving. Astraea.
Alright, we'll do.
If I'm gonna kind of roll down the window. If anybody's getting like antsy and we're about to like collide with somebody, like T-bone them, I'm gonna like lean out the window with with a pistol and be like hold it out to him. Like,
Okay, give me an intelligence plus perception.
26.
Sure, it's not intimidation.
17. It's just like Grand Theft Auto.
Is there even an interrogation is here?
It'd be like
If you're trying to ward off, because
Yeah.
there are many gangs around here, then it would be cool plus, I would say, persuasion.
okay.
17, 27, or 26, Astraea?
Oh, 26.
15.
Okay, there are some like teenage gangs that are like on like bikes, no engines or anything. There's like maybe like a small electric engine with like a lot of exhaust coming out, and they just like look at you guys and just like pretend like you're not a big deal and just turn down the next street as they're going up against you. The lights turn green, but the first like few sets of lights, as you take that opportunity to you almost like disregard even that it's green. You take that as an opportunity to go. You peel out away from the car in front of you that stopped, peel back into normal traffic, and just continue to zoom in and out of the like mostly broken down shanty cars. There's an eclectic collection of like the highest end vehicles, and you see even passing overhead hover cars, hover limousines, headed in the same direction. Like there's everybody from top to low society is interested in what's going on at the Wings of Liberty. You found. Naturally, you don't do such a great job of keeping the momentum up. We'll say that you manage to zoom past a few more like yellow on the end threshold of yellow lights
Somewhere I paint on my
into
tickets.
red. And then you just run a red light and just look around like, who the fuck's gonna stop you at this point in this traffic?
I'm keeping it very realistic.
True,
So they don't catch on to us.
I trust you, Nestra. You do your job well.
There is a bridge that's you meet a roadblock, which is just a bridge being still held up, separated, both sides being extended into the air, as a Polizei Robo Advanced unit, which is, imagine like Terminator, in between Terminator and Dreadnought armor, maybe 15 feet tall, walking down the street, taking another street route towards the Wings of Liberty with an entourage of Polizei, as the bridge is held up to let them pass. This is something that you can feel free to hack. The consequences of which may be entirely worth it, or potentially not worth it.
Maybe on the
Depending.
way out. I think we should lay low for now.
Quick question.
heat following
Do we see where Radcliffe, Penta, and Gruff are? Do we see them at all?
You don't see them at all. We'll say you guys are about halfway there.
Okay.
It's been, because of the traffic, it's already been about half an hour, so it's approaching about 5 right now.
So I kind of want to keep an eye out for them when we get closer to see like where they are and if they're in like good positions, proper positions, and if we can like maybe help them out a little bit since they are kids in the resistance. So.
Okay, for sure.
Real quick, was that the Ministry of Death unit? The Titan, or not Titan, the Dreadnought.
Roll a d10.
6.
Hancock.
That was not the Ministry of Death unit. That was just an advanced Polizei unit. That was just like a heavily armored. They are rare. It's like seeing the SWAT or Special Forces of the Polizei around here. Meaning that whatever is going on there is going to be a pretty significant bump in security.
Is it like this?
That is someone a bit different. That's somebody.
Spoiler.
Yeah, that's. You have not met them yet.
Probably the
They are
executioner.
actually human. Very heavily enhanced or changed. Very heavily robo-incorporated, we'll say. But that is a fervent human that you would know as Major Payne. Enlisted in the Polizei. Very passionate about her work. Very brutal. I would say that if there was like a superhero version of somebody you want to stay away from in the Polizei, that is the person.
It's Major Payne.
We're talking about. Yeah.
Flex hard.
Good choice.
You got something new there, don't you?
New toy.
Okay, so continuing forward, the bridge closes. You are passing forward just a consistent sum of neon signs highlighting different businesses, most of them VR Corp, most of them Chem. Passing along, you just see this huge network of tubes always connected, these like copper interweaving series of tubes channeling down in and out a series of buildings. It's like ubiquitous across Robo City 16. In what you would think is the digital age, a lot of things are still connected by tubes. And as the sun is now just starting to turn into this very hazy, purplish, fallout infused sunset, it's starting to get dark at about approaching 5 o'clock is when you guys arrive. There is no place to park except for on the far back streets. There are a few parking structures that are partially filled up, but you will have to walk a few streets to get to the Wings of Liberty. This is an event on a pretty large scale, as the message that went out that you guys had heard went out to the entire city, and it was vague enough to catch the interest of both the ne'er-do-wells of the city as well as upstanding citizens, curious, affluent, and the beggars as well. So it's like just a huge group.
In this, while we notice this, I want to ask, I guess, Netra, would you like to throw the drone up now and put the, I forget what that node thing is. Can the drone shoot the node thing, or is it just like can it drop the node thing? Or?
The drone can potentially help you hack something if you reprogram the drone. Currently, you just have like control over where it goes in the camera, but its more intricate functions are still locked down. So that's it. Like she can use it to survey up to an area of 100 meters. But outside of that, the drone is its full potential is not unlocked.
All right then. So would you like me to open the trunk and have you fly the drone out? So I just beep beep, the trunk opens up, and I guess she can do whatever she needs to do with the drone.
Would I know like it's okay to bring my drone here, like, and play it off as I'm just recording the event, or is this like pretty locked down? Like I can't do that at a public event.
So what is
Probably
an
don't wanna
applicable
spotlight
roll?
ourselves.
Do a local expert roll. Intelligence plus local expert if you have it. You are not quite sure. This belonged to a gang that seemed to be the rejects of the Ministry of Technology. The Ministry of Technology creates almost everything of robo origin in this city. So some of even the police, the Polizei units, some of the Polizei drones look similar to this one. This one looks like a graffiti sprayed, like a different faction version of a Polizei drone.
We could
Maybe
dress it
I'll-
up, maybe.
Less lethal.
Is there any news stations we know about?
I feel like that's risky.
I mean, there's usually speakers and some robots robos that you have encountered in Beggar's Reach, like the small one, that are pumping out the propaganda of the machine, that you could find at any given moment. Like, even now there are speakers like pumping out like, "Proceed to the wings of liberty. Only a short walk away for true enlightenment."
Netra, could you copy that announcement and put it on the drone, maybe, and have it say that?
Let me see if it has speakers on this thing.
It's got speakers. Sure.
Hey, great idea.
Yeah, I could do that.
Sweet. I also have to go to the bathroom.
We will, as you guys pull up, where are you parking? As soon as you park, we'll...
I want to park in like an area where there are some like ne'er-do-wells there, but no ne'er-do-wells that I know will like mess my car up. I want them to be like, oh, hey, I'll toss them like a credit here, like, hey, just keep an eye on this. Don't do anything
Okay.
bad to it. Just act like your normal selves.
You can either do a cool in bribery or a cool in persuasion plus 1d10.
Can I help him with this? Can I like just stand behind them and kind of just like have my hand on my knife, just stare at him?
Add his cool number.
I have 9.
Oh wow, that works perfect. This is because my cool.
We're
not too
workshopping
high.
how this works.
So you have a 9 for cool.
You don't have a 9? Or no onto the song?
A song.
You have a 9 for
I have a
cool?
9. Oh,
Wow.
okay.
So
17 plus whatever
20
the fuck you have.
26. Yeah.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Me and my boys, we got you. It'll be spick and span.
Did he make in the voice?
No.
Oh, he does.
Don't you dare. All right.
Slight joke. My bad. And
We,
all in
we
bad
came on
taste.
such
I
good
kind
terms.
of just like get in front of him like, you're upstanding citizens, yeah? Yeah?
Of course.
Now, I hand him like 10 credits and I like, alright, we
the
be on the way.
machine loves us. The machine loves your car. We'll make sure nobody.
Yeah, I just go,
fucks it.
yeah, the machine loves us. Wink. Yeah.
Very
Well, okay, I don't know. I know you know.
There's some of their
Yeah,
the
I-
functions in their cybernetic eyes.
terrible ass. All right.
Yeah. So yeah, you have a ne'er-do-well gang, sort of protecting the area that you guys are in, and they're hanging out, pumping tunes out of their own vehicle, waiting for a few of their members to show up as well. As you guys get out of your vehicle, even the gang starts to help like set up a bit of a perimeter around you, at least like distractions, making loud noises to distract from you guys getting prepared. The ammo's already been exchanged. The drone is getting set up, and we will pick up there when we come back from our break. Thank you for watching so far. So
Back.
that you guys know, we will be doing a giveaway. It's certainly not round 2 of the same giveaway from the last episode. This is a new giveaway from another loot crate that we got. This is a Sundance Cade 6's Ghost. RIP. I only say that. I don't really know what happened. But we're going to be giving this away to, when we come back from the break, to somebody random who has typed in SASA! SAS, as many A's as you like. The more A's does not make you more eligible, of SASA into the chat, and we will be picking a random individual to send this lovely Cade 6's Ghost to from Loot Crate last month. Very rare object, I'm fairly certain. So we'll see you in a few minutes, and thank you for watching so far.
Welcome back, Sassins. We do have a winner of the competition, of the giveaway. Well, that's a one-up from last week. Oh, thank you so much, Maximus Dominus, for all of the laughy emojis. Our winner. So there were 4 entries. I rolled a d4 after writing them all down, and the winner is drum roll as I bring up their names.
That's not a drum roll.
Synth drum.
Yeah.
Anyway, Kane. Kane Martin, you win.
Roll round of
Cade
applause.
Well done, Kane. You
Ghost
did it.
vinyl from Loot Crate. Collectible item.
Congratulations.
Send us a direct message and
A DM.
A DM, as it were, of your address and any other details that we need to know to track you down, and
We'll find you.
and send you the lovely ghost to watch over you.
We'll be sure
Thank
to
you for
wipe it
participating.
down before we send it.
We put a spy camera in the center of it, so we'll watch you.
Thank you, Danny Vasquez, Lynn Wiggins, and Christopher McKelvey for participating. We hope to do giveaways much more often, so join if nothing else but for the small yet large opportunity in our beginning stages to win something.
Sometimes we give free $20 out.
It's free $20 bills. Oh, there's we need to turn off autofocus, but so far so good.
On which one? Yours?
Yeah, on mine.
Okay.
But that's okay. So let's get back into it. You
Just stay
guys
in
have
focus.
entrusted your family's vehicle and everything inside to a
I do
local
lock
gang.
it though, like.
To a local gang of ne'er-do-wells. Things are picking up, as the music that I will start playing right now will imply. Not quite.
Oh, we have
There
some
we go.
very gracious people, and they're congratulating the people who won. Nice.
Heck yeah! That's right, Kane.
Nice.
Dope name, also, by the way. So there's a constant flow of traffic, a constant flow of individuals streaming down the streets towards what is quite literally the outside perimeter of Robo City 16. You know that if you've been to California and the sort of beach walks where the massive Statue of Liberty-esque in Robo fashion statue, bless you.
I don't know what's going on.
Shut up.
Oh, there we go. As soon as somebody blessed me, it went away. Thank you. I am blessed.
Of the Wings of
Sass.
Liberty is placed on the outskirts of the city, where there's just this sort of this walk that extends along the outside perimeter, and that is the only sort of like main traffic entrance into this space that you had taken. Had to park in the back streets, sadly. But you follow the flow of traffic. And is there anything that you want to do in the meantime? Are you just going straight for? Is there anything you're looking for? As you are only a few buildings away from the main courtyard or open area that presents itself in front of the Wings of Liberty.
They said they had a 3-story building. Is there multiple 3-story buildings in the area, or is there only like maybe a select few?
Are you looking for? So what they said was to look out for the second tallest building on the 11th floor. So there are many floors to
sorry.
these buildings.
Then how many buildings of like multiple floors, like 10 plus floors, are in the area?
Where's the second tallest building?
Exactly. Like and like.
Give me a perception check. Intelligence plus perception plus 1d10.
Could I also look for, again, Radcliffe, Penta, and Gruff? Just like, hey,
15.
scan the surroundings, scan the people, and it's like, oh, not here, not here.
From where you are in the streets with a lot of people and a lot of buildings around, like you're not out in the open by any means. You're still in like alleyways walking towards this central courtyard. So it's a bit difficult to tell. Maybe when you get out into the open area, you'll be able to point it out. But as it stands, it's like
Buildings.
exactly. And you do see the sort of like escape ladders, and like most every building around here has some kind of version of the escape ladder system if you wanted to climb any of the buildings. Jay, what did you get?
Same roll.
Same description. As you guys are pressing forward, go ahead and give me Astraea an intelligence plus perception, just to look out for these kids as you guys are pressing forward, following the crowd. You do start to see percolating throughout, and even walking forward with the crowd sometimes, some Polizei forces, some K947 hounds barking at
16.
what seems like normal citizens. I'll keep that in mind for as you guys are progressing forward. And you hear, and you see what is a hover car of a Polizei unit, where on the top is a minigun in the open air, and in the front compartment is the driver just making a patrol around the area. You guys progress forward a little bit more, again, like an eclectic sum of every kind of individual throughout the city. Even the homeless and desperate are limping their way with their cybernetic prosthetic components barely functioning. Some of their pistons not even firing. Yes, Winslor.
With us meeting the children that were within the resistance, I'm gonna look back at my own memory. Was there anything that like a symbol, anything that they wore as a unit to kind of identify them? Was there anything the same of the children? I'm like thinking back. I'm like, could I look into this crowd and spot like a symbol or a
Do
color?
intelligence plus tracking plus 1d10
Tracking.
if you have tracking.
I definitely don't.
I do. Can I try the same thing?
Sure. You hear berating through the speakers periodically.
The machine loves you. Trust in the machine. Tonight is a special night. Proceed forward. The machine loves you.
16.
Cool. 16. Not really. You guys were more immersed in the subject matter of the conversation, and less so what they were wearing. And there really was no description of these kids. It was a small rotund boy, a girl, and a more of like a.
I'm gonna make a personal note, try to point that out next time.
Okay. You guys finally make it into the square that's quickly collecting a lot of people and individuals. There are even some affluent robos here who are in their own personal hover cars, just hovered about 30 feet in this square. As you see the massive rusted... I really don't know how tall the Statue of Liberty is, but let's just say that this is about 100 feet high, is how tall this statue is. Some of the pieces of the metallic feathers are misplaced and almost look like they could fall at any moment. There are separations in the metallic pieces that make up this, what would be from, many hundreds of feet away, this a glorious figure, but as close as you are now, it has seen many, many better days. But you outside of the sort of enforcements of the Polizei, you don't see the ministry or like the Minister of Justice or the Minister of Death, like the head figures just yet. There is an elevated raised platform where you would imagine this ceremony, this whatever this is, will take place.
Farce.
And this is where I will reveal the map. Finally. Where you guys are.
All right.
See how this goes.
Those are thick ass lines. That's what I like to see.
Yeah.
Some thick ass lines.
No, really, I really enjoy that.
As my Ava 01 shows you the wall behind me.
That's a cool
That
shirt.
looks fucking crazy.
Interesting. So this camera setup might have to shift a little bit. You know what? Hold on. This. Oh man.
What if I brought it out and then brought
This
it
is our
up?
first time doing maps live.
Hold on a minute.
So
Let me bring it out.
Live
Be
editing.
careful watching this. It's F.
Come on. Unlock. Why is it not?
No, now they know you're drinking something.
Ah!
What
It
is it?
won't unlock. What did you
Cranberry
do?
juice.
okay, that
There we go.
we just need really this side.
It froze now.
Well, we may have to stick to theater of the mind, folks. Let's hope your imagination is as powerful as my description.
Press that top button on it again.
Okay, so let's get descriptive here. This is
I'll take that one down.
great. Go back to so.
Nothing was ever there. That was all in your imagination.
So you see a courtyard that is about a football field long and wide. As you exit the series of buildings in alleyways into this open space, to see, again, about a football field's distance away from you, the Wings of Liberty ascending in her robotic Metropolis 1920s film type form. And a massive collection of citizens, a huge crowd, is in between you and the statue. There are buildings on the right and left side of this open space that close it in. And you do see patrols of, again, like Polizei Robo units with some human units, K9 47s. You see circling the buildings periodically. Polizei drones that look similar in fashion, yet a bit more deadly than the drone that you command, Netra. And what would you guys like to do in this moment? It's about an hour before your supposed meeting time with the Resistance.
I'm spotting out each Polizei and noting their rotation.
Okay, give me an intelligence plus perception. What's everybody else doing?
I just wanna,
Do an
like,
intelligence plus tracking,
We
actually.
should probably hang back. Not get
If one of
into
the
this open
robot
space.
looks at me, I want to just like, glory to the machine! Just to keep walking.
Keep your head down.
12.
12.
My rolls are
It's like it's
averagely low.
You can obviously spot the larger Polizei forces. You spot with that roll so there are two staircases leading up to a large raised platform that the feet of the Wings of Liberty rest on. You can imagine whatever's taking place is going to take place on this platform. In between those two staircases, not only at the staircases is there a Polizei sort of robo unit about like 8 to 9 feet tall, each of them, there is a quadruped robo tank in the center. Now these tanks are raised to about 9 to 10 feet tall and are maybe about 8 to 9 feet wide. It doesn't look like anybody is piloting them. It looks like they're their own sort of machine. Yeah, not to mention you can just like picture, you can see the shoulders sticking out from the crowd of the Polizei just in the general vicinity. Anybody else doing anything?
Gonna look in the.
And yeah, as you say, glory to the machine, you like around you. There's almost like this echo of glory to the machine. May it live forever. The machine protects us. The machine watches us.
I'm gonna take note to who doesn't respond like that. Maybe adversely.
We are in a very, very machine crowd here.
Give me an intel. I mean, out of all of the people, it was not everybody. So, Yeah,
Who,
give
local
me
expert?
an intelligence plus. You can either do perception or local expert.
21.
21. You can see people actually giving Astraea side eyes, looking at her, sort of like spitting on the ground. You can see some people with grungy clothes, cybernetic components that are rusted, like sticking out in areas that they shouldn't be, with clenched fists, like turning over to whisper something to somebody else who's in a similar condition to them. As you look around, and thanks to Astraea, has almost like helped separate the people who may be of your similar mindset, sick of the machine, or at the very least unhappy. Some may be potential resistance members, and others are fervent for the machine. The more affluent robos are always clearly for the machine. As you can see, what is not spit, but is like the closest approximation of spit from a robo, just like fly from one of the nearest hover vehicles, and just like you can see like the robo equivalent of champagne, like some oil spill out of a champagne glass, and just like this elegant, perfectly buffed metallic arm, sleek and beautiful, just like curl back into the hover vehicle. It seems like there's an interesting mix. If something were to go down, you would imagine that a good majority of these individuals, pending what went down, might offer assistance.
I'd also look to the surrounding buildings.
Okay.
Is there any... I'd be looking for any kind of like surveillance, robo or otherwise.
Okay.
Even like just above us, but not obvious vehicles.
Okay. We'll say the building in the like directly parallel to the Wings of Liberty, in the center of the far back in the center of the courtyard, is clearly a byproduct of the machine. It looks to be owned by the Ministry of Justice, maybe the Ministry of Information, but it has like the sort of like eagle crests and iconography around it. It's heavily metallic, heavily secured. There are dense like garage doors pulled down over different secure positions around the building, and it's the tallest building around. And you do see like cameras. You see enforced not only robo polizei but human polizei around the perimeter of this building as well. There's quite a you would imagine almost every speck of this space is being eyed by some piece of the machine.
Can we see can we see the second tallest tower now?
I'd say with your perception roll, yes. Next to the central ministry tower, you see what nobody else can see. But let's just say on the western side of this courtyard, there is a building that looks to be like an apartment complex, pretty shabby. The lower floor uses this courtyard as many different popular courtyards do, with different stalls opened up, oil being sold of various different flavors, different meats to humans, burgers, and so on and so forth. And as you look...
What, like human burgers?
Meats to human?
Meats for humans, sorry.
Oh.
Is that like, is there human here?
You even see some robots chowing down with like the serrated teeth, just shoving a burger in their mouth and just like spewing out the refuse out of some like
I'm
oblique
gonna walk
tube.
past. I'm like, what's the point of that? And walk away.
Dang.
I live for flavor.
And then again.
As you're yes, you notice this to be like this residential apartment complex retrofitted at the bottom for sort of like to make credits as the second tallest building. As you scan the levels leading up there, you notice that of all the neon signs, on the 11th floor is this flickering white neon sign of a rabbit. A white rabbit.
Follow it.
There's no way that can be it.
That's it.
They did.
Give up here.
I take the red pill.
I will also take the red pill.
Overdose?
Red
I
eye.
forget, is that the one that makes the Matrix happen, or is that the one that makes the Matrix not happen?
You know, I'm actually not too confident in my abilities to remember.
You want to go back and Oh, no, crap.
Could it be the blue? Could it be the red?
So yes, you see this flickering, and there's an open window on this 11th floor as well.
I will take. Well, I'm guessing we're going into that building.
I'm gonna, yeah. Well, so I'm gonna start nudging our members of the party slowly, one at a
Okay,
time,
yes.
and just like slowly, not do a full look, but like the slightest discreet look, and like, bring my eyes slow. Oh, they can't see my eyes. I'm just gonna go like, one of those.
Like, oh, the
One of
rabbit.
them.
One of those what? One of those to the left?
Are you pointing to the
What?
rabbit or the 11th floor? What? I mean, got you. Okay.
Okay, so as you guys look up, since you were especially looking for the Astraea, you see the tubby feet of Gruff sort of wiggling their way through the window from the sort of like escape ladders on the 11th floor, like getting inside. You see two small hands grab him and pull him in.
Oh, you're pointing like, hey, that's that. I believe that was just Gruff and Radicliffe and all of them. I would love to see them again, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd recognize those tubby wigs anywhere.
Yes, they're so cute. What touch?
Take a long way over there.
I kind of just like don't make fun of his legs.
Okay.
Ugh.
Fair enough. Winslor,
It's a touchy subject for some reason.
Winslor Bane.
Aw.
So you guys are climbing the escape hatch, or
Is there
also
more
an
elevator to
elevator.
get up there, or is this the only way to?
There's an entrance in between the establishments outside trying to sell things to all the different people and robos around. But in between, there is like a hallway that has the traditional like, press the button, communicate to whoever, take the elevator.
Okay.
It's not like an open doorway into an elevator. There's still like a security system of some sort.
Can I walk to that door and sort of, I guess which room that Gruff went into from where he like squeezed in, and then ping that door like, bzz, hello, Gruff, Hunter, Radcliffe. Or is
Sure,
that-
give me an intelligence plus tracking,
Ah, great.
plus 1d10.
I think the rest of us should split up. Meet you all there.
That's a 19.
Well, like we all go in one at a time.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, that's a you imagine that it might be in between the range of 1107 to 11011.
I just take my 5 fingers and go on those 5 buttons, I guess.
What?
No, because the pads don't work that way. You can't just dial everybody at the same time.
Okay, so I guess I'd say like 507 to 511 is what they could be in. Should we split up to try and go all the rooms, or would you just want to guess which room they are in and buzz it?
We should go in teams. Makes more sense, you know?
Let's just head to the 11th floor.
Very well. Do we have to still buzz in to get into the elevator?
You do. You have to be let into the building. There's the
okay.
escape hatch. There's also the what is that called? Again, like the series of ladders and
Fire escape?
Fire escape. There we go. Fire escape. There's a fire escape, and there's the like actually getting buzzed in. So
Is there any harm in pressing one of the buttons and then saying, Petra?
No,
Gruff?
I'm gonna walk over to the buzzer and be like, "Boo,"
Which one?
and I'm
do you
gonna,
buzz?
it's us, kid.
which
Let
room?
it.
7
Dude.
to 11.
So yeah, I'm just gonna hold like 4 buttons at once. on
We
the
just went over this.
Netra.
Hello? We don't have any room. Fucking 37B, 12 times 36.
I don't do math there, brother. Like, just say you're busy.
I put like, sorry, wrong room. There, good sir.
You better take a step back. You guys look unruly. I'm gonna call the police on you. Just give me a reason.
We're just here for
Give
the
me a
celebration.
reason.
We're sorry, brother. Just go back about your business. The machine loves you.
We're just here for the celebration. We're just trying to get a good view of it. That's it.
All right, we'll be on your way.
Be well.
So which one did you just hit? That
The machine
was that
loves you
5
too.
or- Was that 5 or 7? What was that? Or was that 7?
That was nothing even approximately close to 11 anything.
I'm
He
gonna
went
look
like
at-
this.
Okay,
I'm gonna look to Netra like, I'm sorry.
Netra, you could
I'll-
easily hack in.
Netra,
I'll
could you
hack
do
it.
this?
Yeah. I'll
Like
hack it.
I was completely out of my way here. I'm sorry. I tried to
I'll
handle
me
just
attack
it.
be
plus
like,
cybertech.
I just like watching you guys struggle for a second.
Like we learn and we move.
It happens. Yeah.
All right, what'd you say? Roll a what?
Tech plus cybertech.
Fuck.
As I just cross my arms and lean against the wall, trying to look as cool as I can. Just.
Yeah, step against the wall. Like, ooh.
I got a 13.
This is a building filled with many floors and many rooms on those floors. It's hard to tell. You know it's the 11th floor, but you don't like part of you second guesses like, did they really say the 11th floor? Shit.
I'm gonna look at them and I'm gonna be like, okay, I got it. Don't worry. And then I'm gonna press.
Don't forget it was the 11th floor.
I'm gonna press 11-6.
That's below.
What? I thought
The
you said it
11th
was
floor, 6th room.
I thought it was
Yeah.
7
Hello?
to 11.
My room service get here yet? It's been a long time.
I'm gonna end it.
Hello?
Isn't there like a cancel button?
Hello?
Wrong room. I'm sorry there, honey.
Just say we
We're not your
Just
room
say
service.
We met
Yeah,
the
come up.
sewers.
I need my room service. Like, I'm hungry.
Met in the
We'll be
sewers.
right
Very
up,
well.
sir.
Met in the sewers.
Ma'am, we'll be right up.
Met in the sewers.
Eh.
Oh,
Go,
Oh, we're in.
go, 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 go.
and we're in.
I closed the door behind me, just
Who's
like.
behind the desk?
I don't
I
know
stab
why
him!
I didn't think of that. That
A
makes
butler
more
bot?
sense now.
Ah!
Do you really?
No. I'm watching Jay. I'm watching Jay though. I'm just like I'm casually walking in. I'm just watching Jay.
I'm gonna try to be enough behind them that like the door's closing, but catch it, you know, before it closes all the way, but not walk in with them. Just be like a little
A
bit
few
behind
seconds behind the Jason masked, machete wielding cyborg walks through the
Can I walk in?
door.
Can I walk? You're right-handed, Jay. I walk in front of his right hand. To walk in front of the machete, like he has it out, but
He's
I'm walking
waiting
in
for you
front.
guys to walk in front. He's waiting for you guys to.
Oh, yeah,
go
that's
forward.
perfect. Yeah, I'm in front of him. Yeah. But
It-
I'm blocking the machete, like just as a body block.
I'm not. It's not like so. I'm holding it here, but it's not actually. It's sheathed right now.
It's sheathed on your shoulder. Like you have a sheath this way.
It would be like this way.
Oh, it's on your back. Okay.
The robo behind just looks like a butler, most black metal, except for like silver and white metal with like a white approximation of hair in different metal strands, arcing backwards.
Please, just make sure to order room service to the room when you're done. I beg of you. So we can clean up appropriately.
I'm gonna lean into him, put my arm on the counter. You seen any kids around here? And I kind of like I throw a couple identifiers of the kids we met in the sewers. Like, yeah, you know, chubby girl. Probably have 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
I slide them like 10 credits.
Is there anybody
Just
else?
like
Sorry, is there anybody else in this lobby going up into the elevator?
No, there's nobody but this butler. It's pretty dead. Most people are outside or like collected on the outside at different places to sit at the different establishments on either side of the entrance.
I'm just gonna go by the elevator and like lean up against the wall by it.
I know nothing of a gang of children. Tonight, I will keep my eyes peeled. And you can tell that this robe was like automatically intimidated by you guys. I won't say nothing. Promise.
Don't worry, we're not here to harm anybody. We just want
You
the
don't
show.
need
We're just
it.
looking for the
Yeah,
show.
no,
worry.
not here to harm anybody. Yep,
We're just here for
I
the
know.
show, that's it.
I trust you.
Well,
will
people
not
will be
here
harmed
to
in the
Okay,
show.
harm
okay,
anybody.
Astraea,
Our
Jay-
cleaning crew is very
Astraea,
good.
Let's move on.
We'll be going to the
leave him.
we'll be going
Elevators
to the-
that way.
We have a friend on a certain floor. We'll be going to see them if you don't mind.
I pray for your friends' safety.
Our friends don't like the polizei, and I kind of just
I don't like the polizei. If that
put
helps.
my hand on my knife.
I hate them.
Yeah, all right. You have a good day now.
Press the
Yep.
button for the elevator.
Yeah.
We're getting
Just
there.
wait on the
Good day.
elevator now. I'm staring at him. So come here often, Nick.
So go ahead and give a cool plus bribery.
Is that
It's
a thing?
it's the interrogation equivalent.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Or
So-
I'm sorry, it's the intimidation equivalent is what I would say. You're bribing him with being intimidating.
18.
Yep, be about your business. This is I've seen one, seen them all. We've got a great cleaning crew here, and we'll dispose of your artifacts after your occasion. No questions asked.
That's good to know. You know, you're looking like a good artifact, but we'll keep it busy. We'll keep it to ourselves.
All I ask, I appreciate. Goodbye. The elevator makes it down. Goodbye.
As the elevator closes, I'm just kind of like dead eye locked with him, just like.
You see the robo eyes slowly like shift and then like look up and far away and try and just avoid you at all costs.
Nope, not looking.
Yes. Okay, you guys take the elevator up to the 11th floor, and the doors open, just like those grated doors peel apart.
As we step out, can I do the whole press every button on the way out? Like,
Oh.
You hear the sigh of the clerk at the bottom, just echo in your head.
Oops.
Why would you do that?
I don't want anybody else coming up to this floor while we're here.
Part of
okay?
your ripper mechanisms on your fingers just slice some of the, so like the entire thing is sparking and shifting in colors and lighting up, and
I want to like yell
As-
that was an accident.
as you
Can you undo? Netra, can you undo that?
I'll try.
Probably other members.
tech plus basic tech.
They're obviously going through the windows though, like we saw Gruff do.
The children.
The children, yes, the children.
The children.
17.
You are barely able to connect to it before the elevator falls.
I'm gonna grab Astraea like, hey man, let's not do that. Like, we're not here to destroy this place, you know?
I didn't mean to. I just meant to.
I know
to,
you didn't
to
mean
stall
to.
the elevator.
But
My-
that was unnecessary,
My
man.
claws came out for no reason.
That
I
was
don't know why they came out.
unnecessary.
Netra, did
There's
you
no
do that?
need.
Netra?
There's no need
No.
for that,
Winslor
man.
is barking up a storm over here because of this. I
I
did
mean,
not mean to.
Netra, thank you for fixing that, but
Yeah, I fixed it.
like, come on, man. Like, we were not here to fucking.
You don't hear it hit the
mess
bottom,
place
but
up.
you hear like it slowly go, and just like the top, like couple of feet, like dip up into your view, and then go back down again, and then dip up, and then just like completely, like the elevator's confused at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Jay, back me up here.
Um,
Like, no, come on. Like,
Jay is
you go,
fine.
sir.
Jay, you're glorious. Let's keep going. Yep.
You'll pay for that.
What?
Yeah.
You hate machines.
That's right. I mean, I'm just saying. That was unnecessary, man.
I just wanted to press the buttons.
intention,
I didn't mean
you know.
to scratch the buttons, okay? Enough of this subject. Let's go. Let's go. Let's
You know,
go.
good-
Gruff, where are you?
So what are you looking
Good
for?
initiative,
How are you
bad
finding?
judgment.
How are you,
I heard that
Look,
saying
I'm gonna-
before.
Shut
you
up.
bite people's faces off,
I'd like to
okay?
start with look around the place.
I'm gonna
Any
put
cracked doors and
my ears to the doors. Try to listen.
I'm gonna
for
start. I'm
children.
just gonna beat on number 1.
No!
We said 7 to 11. Why would you know number 1? Now I'm on your
gonna-
case now,
I'm gonna grab him.
Grab his fist.
What's up, Jay? Well, you need something?
Bad judgment.
It's
Good
number
initiative,
1,
bad
right?
judgment.
You need a number 1? We need number 1.
Slow down.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Can I roll
I
to-
take my hand away from the door.
Can I roll to take a look around?
yeah, perception, intelligence, 1d10.
24.
You notice that some of these doors have personal like holograms on them, like flower dancing and spreading out, the petals sort of like blooming and exiting as it's this like small hologram program on the door. What you would guess is closest to the outside of the, or sorry, closest to the inside of the courtyard has that flickering rabbit on it. Just straight down the hallway, you see this flickering rabbit.
I think that's the one we want. We probably
Follow
should
the
knock
rabbit.
on any doors like we're the police eye. Come on, let's go.
Now, Winslow, I'm going to tell you this because I wanted to say this before. Good initiative, bad judgment. I'm going to keep walking.
I feel like I just knew that. I just said that to you like 2 minutes ago, man.
Did you? Did you now? Oh, I did not notice.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Bad judgment across the board. Okay, are you knocking on it or?
Is it cracked or is it closed?
You scrape your machete against it.
It's closed.
Yeah, I'll lightly knock, and do the. Was it 2 bits and a
Dun 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 dun.
2 bits and a haircut?
2 bits and a haircut.
I think that's what
I don't know.
those are the lyrics.
You hear. Multiple locking mechanisms undoing themselves, and you see small little fingers curl, like the door opens, small little fingers curl around, dark, smaller fingers, and
that
you see
Penta?
the face of Penta sort of
Oh
curl
my
around
goodness, it
in her dirty pink dress, like band-aids across her knees, and she goes, "I knew you guys would be here. A little bit earlier than expected, but
Ah, yes.
come on in."
You still have the knife I gave you, Penta?
She like kicks her heel out, spins her on her toe, and
Ew.
shows that like in her boot is the knife that you gave her.
Lovely positioning. I love it.
Wow. Impressive.
With the resistance, we don't mess around.
I can see that.
You got any adults in there?
I was asked to ask, were you followed?
You know we're better than that, don't you, Penta?
Netra, can you do a quick scan?
Yeah, I can do a quick scan. I look down the hallway.
Could you hack into the cameras? The cameras in the building?
Maybe once we get inside the apartment,
Astraea
you
took
know?
care of that.
All right, and I just
Made
open
sure.
the door. I walk in.
Tracks were covered.
The egress route is covered.
Oh,
Don't worry.
yeah,
The
come on,
elevator's
come on
just
in.
going up and
Yeah.
down.
Yeah,
I'm
just
gonna
why
look
just
back
like,
at the-
all right, we're in.
I'm gonna look back at the elevator to see if it's still broken. Yeah, it's still broken.
You see the lights like shift up and down, and the gates close and open, and the light from the elevator on the left side of the hallway is just like opening up, closing, going up and down, and like.
We're good.
As soon as you enter, it's like the door opens and pushes out a bunch of garbage, like leftover fast food, Chinese food, lots of different cabling leading to different devices. The window, as you see, is open, on the far end of this what looks to be like an apartment complex that's been lived in for numerous months and just never cleaned up once. You can see sitting on the couches Gruff and Radcliffe, who are just like excitedly watching two other individuals. One is this blonde-haired cowboy hat wearing light-skinned individual, one robotic hand, one what looks like Magnum on her hip. She says, "Well, I've heard a lot about you all. The name's Janice Silvergun. At your service."
Hello, Janice Silvergun. I am Astraea Magneta, nomad extraordinaire.
Welcome, welcome. She's like has her one hand on her on the hilt of her magnum, the other just like cybernetic finger inside of a loop on her hip, and she's just sort of like casually looking at you all as you come in. You imagine if like you did anything that she didn't enjoy, the revolver would come out rather quickly as she's like scrutinizing you all up and down. The other individual, it was actually hard to make out that they were a person to begin with, as you see this large setup sniper rifle looking out of the building. You see a head turn from the barrel of the sniper rifle, one arm retract that is an entire sort of like large dense barrel, and the other hand shift out that is the sort of loading mechanism as two arms that and the head that form the barrel looking forward, and a piston sort of retract itself as pulling in assuming a more humanoid form is a robo that pulls their cloak in, and you recognize the scope sticking out from Magnificent Biased, the merc that you saw in Beggar's Reach.
I want to tell him, like, have you ever heard of the story of Kane the Longshot? You remind me so much of him. It's a riveting story, actually.
What was his name one more time?
Magnificent Biased.
I'm gonna
Son
walk
of a
up
bitch.
to him very closely and start just like looking him up and down, kind of like.
Jana stops you. She, without taking her hands off her hips, like puts a shoulder in your path, touches her shoulder to yours, and says, "He's a hired gun on my behalf. What business you have with him?"
Just checking him out, looking at his
Winslor just
tech.
loves weapons.
No worries. I'm not gonna do anything stupid.
Can I go walk
Do a
over
cool plus persuasion.
We suck at first impressions.
Can I go walk over to Radcliffe and Gruff and sit like in between them and just be like, "Hello, boys. How are you doing? Penta, come over here."
Astraea, you made it!
19.
19?
Yeah.
She goes,
Well, these kids talk very highly of you.
I can hand over my weapons to you if you feel more comfortable that way.
Magnikin, what you think?
and he goes,
It's okay, I guess. Let them take a look at the merchandise if they're really interested.
I'm looking at like the barrel, do you have any rounds? Like what caliber? Like I'm very interested in like how, like what kind of like rifle he's using.
as you notice, the left arm has encased itself, which was the barrel. The left arm is purely a very large barrel, but encased in this very rectangular metallic encasing and sealed up right now. The right arm is what looks like a normal arm, but the tricep is like loaded with huge, maybe like 8-inch long and an inch wide rounds that are just like in a cartridge in their tricep, and their left eye is a huge scope with numerous different lenses. They're a robo through and through. Magnificent's legs are pistons and locks that you see can sort of like grab into the ground and anchor into their position. And
Bracers.
now that you notice, their entire, like, their left arm was extended, their right arm was up, and their head was all sort of like winded together to create one rifle.
Dang.
One huge long-range rifle.
Is that what you want to do one day, Winslor? Or are you not against
No, that little overkill.
You like what you're seeing?
I'm intimidated, to say the least.
Well, I was reading. You should only be intimidated if you're a certain distance away from me.
I kind of like pull out like I don't know. I didn't even bring it out of the trunk. Never mind.
The kids are now, instead of their like guarded selves that came to be when you initially approached them, they are immediately sort of like friends, like asking you about your weapons, asking about your different components, like,
Shotgun.
oh, what's that tattoo? That looks so cool.
This controls
I
my
really
car.
always wanted a tattoo.
You could get one day. Yes, it's a gold ion tattoo. It controls my car. You see? Press the button and a screen pops up like on my camera. Oh, that bum's not doing anything. Boop, boop. Oh, there we go. Yes.
And there's somebody just like rocking out to your sound system right now in the vehicle.
Yep. You don't need to see that, but yes, it controls my car.
All right, we didn't come here to socialize. We don't have much time before the ministry shows up.
Jana speaks up and sort of looks at all of you.
Very true, very true. We brought a few things with us. I have a refresh canister in case whoever you're trying to save has been drugged, maybe. We could quickly refresh them with this. And I pull it out and pour it.
Keen thinking. Maybe Magnificent here can make a round of it.
Well, yes, yeah. Right,
Might not trust the caliber.
She sort of tosses it over her shoulder. Magnificent catches it with his more human hand and looks it up
Can I
and
try to
down.
catch it? I'm right next to him. Can I
Before
try to catch it?
Magnificent?
it's just
Sure,
refresh.
roll reflex plus dex plus
Don't
1d10.
break it.
Yeah. I don't want.
It like goes here. You're like, ha! It's still going in the air. Oh no.
Just like
And it just flies right through your grip.
nice.
Almost like you planned it. Like you
Yeah.
like you curled your fingers around it just in time for it to pass through. As like a, like a checkpoint or a beacon in a time trial.
Can I just like lean over to him and whisper like, you are just as cool, if not cooler, than Magnificent.
I like hold it like fist pound.
Yeah, I'm sure we're all super cool here, but
I for one sure am. Yes.
our powerhouse has been taken, you see. We think she'll be executed here tonight around 8 p.m.
Again, it's like approaching later, close to, sorry, just ascending over 5 at this point. You guys are a little bit early.
Now, you ain't gonna be the main component of this here setup, but you'll be an important piece. Everybody has their role to play, you see, and we can't quite trust that your intentions are our own just yet. But we do have a pivotal job for you to fulfill.
First, let me tell you what we bring to the table, though. We bring a car, a drone, guns, bodies,
Drugs.
and yes, what I guess drugs as well. We're not children.
Yes, you guys are, and she looks at you, street scum. I got that from the little ones over there.
See drip out of Jay's mask again.
Gross.
Our hacker Kita, has also disappeared, and she was a huge asset to us. Net running was her specialty. Made quick work of everything she ever hacked into. Now, I don't think you can stack up quite the same, but
I'll probably be better.
we've got something to help out.
Oh.
And the job is one of hacking, one of net running. You see, there's one security terminal here that controls many of the functions of the security around this entire square. And she pulls up this holographic map from her mechanized left arm, and she shows you this sort of 3D replication of the square that you guys are in. The ministry building in the center of the square, back parallel to the Wings of Liberty, she highlights, and she points out a terminal at the base on the back side of it. So in the alleyways before you meet the square is where this terminal is located.
Can you just point on the map real quick where we see that?
Yeah, but I mean the viewers cannot.
Yeah. Okay.
So she highlights it, so you guys are right here. This is the window.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are a short distance away. Now that controls, at the very least, all of the drones in the area. What we need you to do is give us about 3 seconds of darkness across their cameras. We need a dead zone at this floor for Magnikent to take the shot. Now if you look, and she looks over her shoulder out of the window, and you see the square, and now a van has pulled up, like a heavily fortified van with a tri-barrel minigun operating seat at the top, and the wings of the Ministry of Justice coming off of the side of the rims of the wheels, and the figurehead is an eagle of the Ministry of Justice as well. And you start to see them pull the van starts to rock, and you see this very tall, large, menacing, iron-faced figure, spiked studs out of the cranium of this large individual, leaning down into the van and grabbing this chained figure out. She says, "Well, it looks like the party's about to start."
I kind of usher the kids like, "Okay, kids, time to go. Get them up. Let's go."
You see in front of the Wings of Liberty, in front of the stairs, there are numerous 7 to 10 polizei robos just standing at attention. The quadruped tank behind them in the center of the stairs. 2 more quadruped tanks on the raised platform on the north and south side of the statue. It's like incredibly reinforced with security. And she says, "We just need one shot. Your job is to make them blind to that shot. All you got to do is hack the terminal and turn the drones away when everybody's gathered on that platform."
What's your plan to get Sai?
You leave that to us. I'm on the receiving team.
Who's on the receiving end of that shot?
Let's just say the executioner, to make sure that the guillotine doesn't drop on our dear
Our dear leader. Your dear leader.
They're like purposely holding back information from you guys. Like, she goes, "The rest of the plan, forgive me, but you guys are new. Who do you think you are to know everything? You haven't even proven yourselves. You just got here. You handle this job and you've proved yourselves enough in my book. We get Sai. Trust comes the very same."
Very well, Silvergun. Is that your name, Silvergun, again?
Jana, Silvergun, come up with a pseudonym, whatever you
Can I
like.
call you Silvergun, or would you like the full Janice Silvergun?
Whatever you like, sugar.
Very well, Silvergun. Thank you. I do love sugar. Yes.
And she says, now that terminal is guaranteed to be guarded. From our scouts, and she sort of nods over at the children, there are 2 guards directly guarding the terminal. There's a whole horde of citizens, who knows who's, with and without the cause in their veins. And there's also a drone circling the perimeter. If we want to do this silently, you're going to have to distract all 3. Find some way to hack the terminal without the rest of the guards being notified.
Do we have a symbol to start or to activate it, or are you just going to, once we do it, you fire?
Once you do it, you give us the go-ahead, and then we fire.
What is the symbol? Just calling you, voxing you? We don't have your number, I'm afraid.
We'll give you our channels. Just like the Remnants of Dust gave you their sort of like codes. I'm not going to give you a specific code. I'm just going to say like, you now have, radio access to
Discord
the
channel. Resistance.
the Resistance, this mission, Discord channel. And little sugar over there, what's your name?
Netra.
I've got a little present for you. Now, it ain't no scratch monkey. It's the real deal. Prime work by Hat Keita herself. And she sort of pulls from her, from beneath her cloak, this metallic-looking beetle with a huge forked, sort of like headpiece. And it fits perfectly in the palm of her hand. And she goes, this here's a breakthrough. Should make hacking that terminal, which is bound to have a hell of a security protocol, more of a piece of cake than it might have been otherwise. It is a bit experimental, I must admit, but it should get the job done. And the beetle just like flies over to you and connects into the side of your headset, and starts to flutter its wings and like settles in, and like many more avenues open up to you. Like your perception in the network extends farther, and you feel like the access and the different webways that you use to enter these electronic and cybernetic channels are like smooth liquid. Like you are in a very clear ocean, whereas before the waves were rocky. Just seems more. Let's just say this adds a 10 to all of your rolls regarding net running.
I am the net.
Be the bite. Be the bite.
So, not Mortal Code. What's your name?
Mortal
That
Code.
is mortal. Yeah.
Mortal Code.
You've heard
That's
of
what I
us.
thought they
You've heard of
said.
us.
Wow.
Distract the guards. Distract the crowd. Get rid of that drone. Hack the terminal.
We do
That's
have a
your
drone-
job.
we have a
Piece
drone
of
our own.
cake.
Let us notify us. Magnican takes a shot. We extract the subject. Does that sound like a plan?
Sounds like a very good plan,
Sounds like a
Silver Gun.
plan.
Any contingencies?
This is our contingency.
Don't
Sugar.
die.
Fallback? Is there a fallback place?
We'll notify you. If this whole thing's successful, then you can bet you'll be hearing from us.
And if it goes bad,
Can you get us out?
You're here because you've proven you can get yourself out. We'll be on one side, you'll be on the other.
it's good to know that we can count on you.
No, see, Sugar, we need to count on you. This is a whole hell of a lot bigger than just you and me in this goddamn apartment. We're talking about the future of this goddamn city.
We'll do our best.
And I hope I can count on that.
I hope we can count on you.
As sure as you count on your Silver Gun, you can count on us as well.
Mutual trust is a thing.
If that's true, we're gonna have a flourishing relationship after this.
If you weren't already thinking about it, you could rely on the sewers to get away in a pinch.
We'll take that into consideration.
I mean,
I
he
do
may be
all the
street
time.
scum, but he's very affluent street scum.
Now, what you need to know is we're dealing with very heavy hitters. That over there, Ministry of Death, and she nods to the, again, like 10 to 12 foot tall machine, like iron plates everywhere, studs streaming across the cranium, dragging this chained individual with this iron mask obscuring their face. 4 arms, 2 maybe organic. The other 2 sets below on a lower set of obliques are clearly have been ripped off and were cybernetic in nature, dragging onto the central platform.
I have one question for you, Silvergun. So is this is she mainly mechanical or mainly bio?
Now that's hidden information.
Because Netra does have one of those, I forget what it's called, the little bee metal things.
A graviton viscerator.
Would that stop that hulking menace over there?
There's no guarantee. She's human originally, yeah, but definitely comprised of many different components. So maybe hold off on that in any vicinity close to her.
Very well.
You killed any one of these Ministry of Death?
There's only one Ministry of Death. At least there has been throughout all I've known.
One
Hell of a
robot.
opponent. Yeah.
Just one?
There's like one, like it is the Minister of Death. It is not the Minister of Death like 2.0. It is the Minister of Death.
Ministry.
So did I.
It's sorry. It's the
It is the ministry.
Minister of Death.
it is the Minister of Death. There are 4 ministries: Ministry of Justice, Ministry of Information, Ministry of Coin, and Ministry of Technology. The Minister of Death is like the executioner. It's like the wolves for the Imperium. It's literally like they will track down and brutally murder anybody that the Ministry of Justice deems worthy of their time. In this case, it is whoever the fuck this 4-armed lady is of the Resistance that they're dragging onto stage. You do see, as you hear the even amongst the clamor of the crowd, this large sort of clap of a door shutting from the van, a cloak being straightened from a shorter figure, like a brimmed hat that's sort of like one of those police officer hat, almost like an officer in the Nazi regime. Iron face, thin, angry slits, very stern looking as they just like walk forward with this authoritative stance, flanked by 2 guards walking behind them as they approach the stage. You can imagine the Minister of Death is the attack dog, and this is the Minister of Justice, as they are approaching the stage with purpose and almost this flare of drama to them. Things are setting up on their end, and it may be about time for you guys to take your positions.
Well, what do you say we get this party started?
There's no telling when the Ministry of Justice will kick things off, even though they did say 2000.
And what time is it now?
Okay, it's approaching 6 o'clock right now. As like this time has been spent going over the plan, going over the map of the space, just like surveying the area. It's been the better part of an hour inside of here as Astraea has been sort of like playing with the kids and making sure that their spirits are up as they're about to take on a mysterious pivotal piece of this plan as well.
We should get going then. There's not much time.
Should we talk about our plan
I can just start the crowd.
before?
I can just start the
I feel
crowd.
like
Maybe
you
Netra
two.
can.
What?
She should get the drone.
I have to hack into the drone and the system.
Maybe you can do 2 in 1.
You did see the drone takes a cycle around. Like there's a drone almost per building cycling each building.
Maybe you can use the drone to distract the crowd.
She'd have to hack in first to do that.
What about our drone that we have?
Oh, well, yeah, she could do that.
I think we should use our drone
Ah.
to distract them. Maybe mess up the messaging that it's putting out. And one of you can call to the guards that someone graffitied that drone. And
I can do
that's-
that. Yeah, I
that's
can do that.
heresy.
Yeah, I can do that.
And then, maybe you two, if need be, can get into a fight over who loves the machine and who doesn't, cause a ruckus within the citizens nearby.
I was thinking like, if we were good to do that, like I would just fire a couple rounds off in this area and then just, cut an alleyway.
Run.
I don't want to get caught.
There's a giant 3-gun machine gun on, like
You probably don't
looking
wanna
right
do
there
that.
at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should stay out of the square.
I don't want to get caught. I think calling like too much of a scene. We'll get caught and we're dead.
Maybe if we... I think a fight or so, maybe don't shoot off the rounds because then they'll act more violently towards you. They won't just catch you, they'll shoot you on sight.
Shouldn't
Who's
do
in
that.
the room with us other than the kids? And then
Magnican Bias, Jana Silvergun, and the 3 kids, and the rest of your team. Nobody else.
If the guard starts making some noise, I'll silence him and try and get rid of the body.
where are you gonna be?
I'll try to position myself between the guard and the commotion.
For this fake fight we're doing, I actually load my heavy pistol with the rubber bullets. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna give my assault rifle to the leader, the kids.
To Radcliffe.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Got
guys know how to
a
shoot?
red tank top, like green camo shorts, boots as well, like medium scruffy hair, and this like kind of hard but still innocent look in his eyes, like he's trying to be more than he is, and this leather bandolier that holds his bat as well as a few shotgun rounds, and he has no shotgun. It's just like.
I'm gonna take out the lethal mag and put in a dummy mag of the just the rubber rounds. I'm gonna hand it to him and be like, "Look, this is no fucking around, right? These are non-lethal rounds, but you shoot them. I'm gonna be coming back for this, but you shoot them if we get into
I
trouble."
never fuck around.
And I'm gonna shove it into his chest. I'm like, "Don't. This is serious. I'm giving this to you to help out. I'll be coming back for this, but this is for you, for now. Help us out." And I'm gonna step away.
And he just sort of like looks at the gun, flips it around, cocks the chamber, like looks down the sights, and you can tell that he's had a little bit of experience with this before, but he's never been like given a gun. I keep it.
I can just walk
For
up
now.
to him as well.
For now. You do right. We'll see. And I hold out my fist. I'm like, "Help us out."
I'll rack up a body count.
All right.
Good, yes. I want to ask how old he is actually. Like, by the way, Radcliffe, how old are you?
My 11th birthday was last month.
Congratulations. Just remember, a bullet from an 11-year-old is just as effective as a bullet from a 23-year-old, which I look 23. Trust me, I won't tell you my age, but I look 23.
So cool.
And as Astraea may turn around, he looks at you, Winslor, and he goes,
What do you think my chances are with?
he like nods to Astraea.
0. And I kind of like walk off.
They're much higher than that. He meant 0 out of 0. If it was 100, it'd be 100 out of 100.
focuses on the gun now.
Put your shoulder. I put my hand on her shoulder, like, don't worry, you'll be fine. You have Gruff and Pentra right here.
I'm gonna go over
I
to
look at
Jay
Pentra
like, we got backup. We're gonna cause a distraction. Didn't want no weapons on me at the time. No visible. I pull out my pistol, like, ready to go though.
Do a cool plus persuasion on the sort of gang of children.
Can I place my hand on his shoulder really firmly, not Astraea's, but
Oh,
be like,
that's a
I'll be
one.
your friend,
That's one. So.
and look down slowly at him.
You see
I got a 10.
a 10.
Like,
They're like more intimidated by you right now than they are like listening to you. After Winslor said that there was no chance at all, he's like stuck on that. Gruff, you can see, is just like still sitting on the couch. He looks sort of isolated from everybody else. He's not like everybody's paying attention to Radcliffe, and he's just like looking at Radcliffe really like enviably right now. Roll a cool plus persuasion as well before you say what you say.
21.
Okay, what are you saying again?
I'll be your friend.
I want to know what's under that mask one day. Come back alive.
You too.
You've got my
Buddy.
gun.
You see him like lean into to hug you, but like just like sort of like straighten himself, cock the chamber one more time as a live round flies out of the top, completely wasted.
I kind of like go over, I pick it up, and I like hold it in front of your face, his face. I'm like, really? Really?
I grab like, this will be for good luck. And I put it in. I put it in.
I'm
his-
gonna
I was
rip
just
the
making
rifle
sure.
out of his hand.
What?
And then put it back into your chest and like he's not ready.
No, I'm ready. I am ready. Give it back. I can do it.
That's not what I saw.
Jana quickly goes over, like grabs his shoulder, and says,
Yeah, sugar, we know you're ready. For other things, though, we got other plans for you.
and she sort of like looks at you like, keep the gun.
I've got a better weapon for him.
And she turns around and like leans down and she hands him something that you don't quite see. But he like perks up a little bit.
I look at him and be like, it's waiting for you when you're ready.
And he like his eyes are tearing up right now. He's like emotionally sort of like driven. He's been like, he got a gun. He fucked up with the gun. He feels judged, but he feels empowered thanks to what Jana gave him. And he's fucking ready to do it. So are you guys, any last thing you want to do, or are you guys
we should
going down
probably
right now?
head out through the, the fire escape. The elevator's
by
out in
one.
disarray. I don't know why. It just is.
Yeah, I can't believe you took that elevator, but
I'm gonna put the what did you give me? The red eye and
Overdose.
I'm gonna put the overdose in my kind of my cargo pocket.
overdose. Strength ×3, intelligence minus ×3.
That's fine. I'm putting it in my cargo pocket, kind of as like hidden away. If I have to kneel down, I just want to just be able to like tap it real quick, and it's gonna shoot into my system.
Okay, sure. Yeah. Let's do it.
I'm gonna take the reflex and just jab it into my neck, and then toss the thing in my pocket.
So your intelligence, anything to do with intelligence rolls will be halved. Anything to do with dexterity rolls will be doubled.
Good with that.
I'm gonna wait till I get into the car, and I'm gonna. If we drive away, if we get into trouble, I'm just gonna keep the reflex right there, so I can be like, "Oh, let's go!"
Okay. You see Jay's apertures sort of like zero in the gleaming orange light becomes this highlighted yellow. You hear this like from almost like a rebreather, like this.
Keep it down, mouse.
And it's almost like Jay's just breathing and a normal format has been like increased in speed as he's just like.
Night at the Roxbury's.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys are heading out now down the fire escape.
I would like to do one last thing before we leave.
All right.
I saw how cool the kids thought Astraea was, and I was really jealous of her.
Okay.
Like, man, I wish kids liked me as much as her. And I'm just gonna like turn off the hood for a second, and then like reach into my pockets to try and find something to give to the kids. And I'll be like, there's nothing. And then I'm gonna pull out a piece of paper, and I'm gonna write something on it, and then hand it to one of the kids, and like fist bump, but kind of mess up the fist bump.
Okay. Give me a cool plus persuasion. Cool.
You're the streamer. You're supposed to be the cool one here.
She's
But
building her following. Okay.
Yeah. Did
There
you
it
hear that
is.
roll off on
Yeah.
the floor? That was her following.
I got it still. I'm a streamer, but also a net runner, so it's like I'm like, you know,
Shut in, but you're
socially
also-
inept. Yeah, it's a 15.
15. That is just barely okay.
Yes. It's the only thing I can think of. There's a code on there for them. A promo code. Like plug it.
The girl, Penta, quickly, the dark-skinned sort of like dirty pink dress girl walks up, grabs it as the group sort of like huddles around and opens it, and sort of like you start to hear them mutter different things, like, oh, let's check in on them now. Let's see how they do. Oh, you do that. Okay, well, I'll take a point. And they just start like talking like their intentions are to like watch you as you do your thing.
They think we're cool.
We can keep track on them. We can, yeah. Okay, she's silent, but I think I got a crush. The gruff, the rotund boy says. Okay, so you guys descend down the.
I do not. I'm not going out that way. I'll take the stairs.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait 5 minutes until they leave the building, and then I'll go down.
Meet you guys on the street level.
Astraea and I are heading down.
Okay. Penta, as you guys leave, sort of like runs up and says, "Knock him dead! Win! Run him over, Astraea!"
Oh, I most definitely will. With minimal damage to my car, of course, as you know.
And when she says win, she's like shortening your name, Winslor. Radcliffe goes, "Good working with you again, Jay." And Jana says, "And Netra, we're counting on you. This whole plan rests on your shoulders. I know you can do it."
She
I
has
got you.
very strong shoulders. It may not look it, but she really does.
I got you.
You don't need that to pull this mission off, thankfully. All right, I'll see you all on the other side. We'll be in touch.
Catch you on the flip side.
As you two descend down the
Fire escape.
fire escape, you wait 5 minutes for everybody to leave, and you take the stairs. It's like 11 stories, just like. Okay. At that point, as you guys all take up your positions, plan your actions, say au revoir until further notice to the what seems to be the bulk of what's left over of the resistance. Netra, 5 minutes from now, you will take your action. We will pick up there next time on Sasapunk. Thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for staying with us as long as you have. Congratulations, Kane, on your precious victory. We look forward to sending you your grandiose prize. To highlight some of the different things that we're doing, we do have our grand visitors gracing us with their presence, the Loser Club. I'll let them tell you what they're up to throughout the week.
So, Monday through Friday, we play video games. We live stream our games on the Loser Club Facebook page. That's 4 to 9 p.m., except on Thursdays today, when we'll be hosting this stream on our page. Mondays will be Minecraft, Tuesdays Sea of Thieves, Wednesdays we'll be going through an assortment of VR titles, and Fridays we'll be getting down on Grand Theft Auto. So if you are into that, join the stream, hang out with us, and we'll have fun.
Oh, yeah. This episode, or these episodes, live on Facebook Gaming under Team Sasa 1, are live every Thursday at 7, and they go up on YouTube the following Wednesday on the channel Team Sasa, no underscore, just Team Sasa on YouTube, at 6 p.m. every Wednesday. As always, Sassins, until fate next brings us together, and never stop jacking in.
Cyberpunk.
Jacking
in.
We're
gonna get it next time.
We gotta decide
talk
on one
about this
thing
at
to
some
say.
Bye!
Bye.
How long can he hold it?
It's turning red.
Stop doing that!
Purple.
Just stop